about that your income. Engineer Kweme, Teeth, right? Richard, it is not yours. Your income contributes to it because it's your wealth too. However, what really builds your wealth is way different from that, right? Because it's what you do with that income. Welcome in, everyone. How are you all doing? Happy Tuesday. Is this Monday? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Guess what? School started, so I've lost track of time because typically we expect school to start on Monday, but guess what? It starts on Tuesday. Tropical Queen K, how are you doing? No, no, welcome in. And we're talking about investing. What is investing? How do you invest without losing your money? You know, the fear that you have when it comes to invest, all of those things are the things that we're going to be addressing today. Welcome in, welcome in. If you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology, and you're wondering, how come a doctor of business and technology is talking about money? He's talking about financial freedom. He's talking about, wealth building. That's because I'm also a chartered accountant. I'm an economist, and I've been investing for close to 2 decades. As a matter of fact, I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. So if you want to learn about real estate, then real estate is part of what I talk about. And of course, definitely investing in the stock market. Welcome in, and we know exactly what we need to do. Let's tap out the live so we can get the class started. Today, we have a lot to cover because today we're going to be talking about ETF. Today, we are also going to be introducing real estate in terms of, because you cannot finish real estate in one day. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. So we're going to be going in depth, all the way in when it comes to investing. Whenever you hear about investing, right? Why is it important to invest? And now let me clean the board. Let me clean the board because we've been teaching. Yesterday we had what? Yesterday it was all about the income building session. Yesterday was about income. Oh, you cannot see it. Yeah. Yesterday was all about the income building session. Today is about the investment session. Why is this two-part important? And welcome in, welcome in. We know what to do. As soon as we get into 5,000 taps, we get started, right? But we will still do the introduction. Welcome in. Click on that follow button if you're new here. Welcome to the $1 Million League. Welcome in. Tap out the live. And those on the YouTube, so good to have you. Welcome. Remember to click on that subscribe button if you have not done that. Tropical Queen, thank you so much for tapping out the live. So we all know what to do. Today it's about investing. We have a lot to cover. So the quicker we get to start engaging by tapping out the live, clicking that follow button, sharing out the live, the quicker we can get the class started and we can cover as much as possible. Amis, thank you so much for tapping out the live. 5,000 taps and of course 50 shares. 5,000 taps and 50 shares so we can get it started. So Orlando, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. And the first millionaire on the red carpet of the $1 Million League. And you're wondering what the $1 Million League, what is this all about? The $1 Million League, for those on the YouTube and for those on the TT side, we're streaming on 2 platforms today. Talk about productivity and efficiency. That's one of the things that we do here, right? Productivity, efficiency. So we always stream on 2 platforms at the same time, just so we can reach as many people, so that to do one, our goal is one. Number one, let me show you what is our goal. Our goal is financial freedom. Financial freedom. We already know that. Number 1 is financial freedom. Number 2 is what is called building wealth, right? Building wealth. So your journey to financial freedom. And number 2, it's building your path to building wealth. And whenever we talk about wealth, right, make sure you're tapping out that live so that we can get the class started. Tap it all to the way to 5,000 taps and of course 50 shares. 5,000 taps, 50 shares. Interestingly, that's what the algorithm understand. If you have been sitting there for more than 2 minutes, click on the follow button. We're talking about investing today. Yesterday was about 2 goals: building wealth and number 1 is financial freedom. Money is just a tool. Let's understand that money is just a tool. Financial freedom is the goal, right? Money is just a tool to achieving financial freedom. And as a matter of fact, when you want to talk about building wealth, right? Whenever you hear about wealth, what comes to mind to you? What is your natural understanding of wealth? What comes to mind? What comes to mind when you hear wealth? Today we're going to be talking about investing, by the way. Yesterday was about the The two things when it comes to becoming financially free, building wealth, and all of that. Number one is what? Is something called the income building. That's number one. So you want to become financially free and you want to build wealth, right? Two things. The first is this, right? It starts with your income, or is something called inheritance. So maybe you are a trust kid. Your parents, or your grandparents, might be from you, your grandparents. I recently saw something on Dave Ramsey earlier today where somebody said, oh, between my parents and my grandparents, they left me about $9 million, right? $9 million. Tina, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. Right? He said, between my parents and my grandparents, they left me. I have about $9 million. You love my stream. Thank you so much, Gracine. Yeah, thank you so much. Make sure you click on that subscribe button if you have not done so. And everyone on the YouTube side. And if you're new on the TikTok side, welcome in as well. Click on that follow button. We need to get to 5,000 taps quickly so that we can start our investing session today. Yesterday was all about the income building session. Because guess what? Most of us, we are not like that guy on Dave Ramsey today. You can see it on Dave Ramsey's page. He said, Samantha, how are you? Welcome in on the YouTube side. So what he said was, oh, you know what? Between my parents and my grandparents, I inherited $9 million, not 1 million, not 5, not $9 million. Okay. And guess what? The guy is still working hard, right? Still doing something that we call income, right? Still doing that, right? Thank you so much, Samantha. I love your stream. Thank you so much. Yeah, make sure you click on that subscribe button. I love you guys too. All right. And if you're new on the YouTube side, welcome in. Drop where you're connecting from. I am in Texas, in United States, by the way. Drop where you're connecting from. So, but guess what? He's still doing the income thing. Flames, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Right? He's still doing the income thing, even with 9 million in inheritance, right? Number two, right? Another way, right? Remember, I said it's two things, A, and there's the B, right? Let's keep tapping out the live. We'll get the investment part started, right? We're going to get it started as soon as we get to 5,000 taps. So the earlier we start tapping it out, and this is for those on the YouTube, on the TikTok side, on the YouTube side, on the TikTok side, you have to keep tapping out the live. On the YouTube side, all you have to do is to click on that subscribe button. So good to have each and every one of us today. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So remember, I'm saying that whenever you hear about financial freedom, it is something called, you want to, it's money is just a tool here, right? Building wealth. Money is just a type of wealth here, and I'm going to tell you all the type of wealth that you need to be chasing. However, it starts with two. Whenever you want to do any of this, it's two things, right? Let no one deceive you. I'm not one of those coaches that would deceive you. That, oh, you know what? There's going to be magic that's going to happen. You can double your money in 5 days. Oh, you can become a millionaire overnight. Or you can pray your way to make it happen. Hell no, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. While I know miracles happens, right? Whereby you can inherit, and of course, another miracle that can happen is what? You definitely win a lottery. Okay? A lottery. That's another way. A lottery. Unfortunately, most of us have not been lucky enough because we don't even play all those kind of things, right? That's the number one thing. We don't do that, right? And then of course, the only inheritance that we got is from our parents was what? It was basically go to school, study hard, get a good job, and life is going to be beautiful. If you've heard the same thing, if that's what you got from your parents, drop it in the comment. Go to school, study hard, and of course, get a good job, work hard, and life is going to be beautiful. If you got the same thing that my parents gave me, drop it in the comment. If that was the inheritance that you got from your parents. If that was, and I'm trying to get the perfect spot, guys. I'm trying to get the perfect spot. Pardon me. Right? Let's keep tapping out the live. One of the things that we do differently here is that I'm going to say something. You have to engage and respond, okay? We have to engage and respond. Don't just, it's not going to be only me teaching today. You all are going to be teaching, right? Thank you so much. Ahmed knows what to do. Let's keep tapping out the live. You'll be here for more than 2 minutes. Click on that follow button. If you are new here, click on the follow button. Let's welcome you in, right? So, because I got education, that was all that I got in terms of inheritance. I'm not a trust kid, but guess what? I still got to that $1 million status, right? So it means that, yes, you can also get there, right? I still became financially free. Ovi, welcome in. I was asking about, uh, I want to believe that you are in the Eastern, you're in New York or Maryland. So I was asking your time, or my own time. That was the question I sent to you in the email, right? I want to believe it's your time. Yeah, let's keep tapping out the live. Thank you so much. Let's get it to 5,000 taps. If only I can get this thing to stand. If only. Yeah, I Uche, welcome in. Welcome in. All right. So let's Illinois. Okay. All right. So it's you're referring to your own time. Okay, perfect. All right. I'll check the Illinois time so that we can meet on Friday for your one-on-one session. Okay. I want to believe that you are referring. I am in Texas, so we might have we have timing differences there. So I would just use your own time. We meet at your own time, Illinois time. Okay. All right. So it means that inheritance, right? Lottery. None of us, okay, perfect. Thank you so much, sir, for confirming. Inheritance, lottery, right? Most of us did not get this. And most of us, the only one that we got is from education. That's the only inheritance. We're not lucky as the guy that got the 9 million from both parents, from both grandparents and parents. $9 million. I still cannot get myself over that. But if I cannot provide that, if I never got that from my parents, definitely my children should get that from me. Okay. Definitely my children should get that from me. And that's what I do. All right. So, okay. I'm going to let this thing, okay, maybe it's going to be better now. All right. So, number one, both Illinois and Texas are central. Oh, thank you so much. See, Dr. Lina knows everything about money, but she doesn't know a lot of things about geography, all those space things. It's not my thing. Thank you so much. Right? I don't know everything. All right. Illinois. Okay, perfect. So we have so we have the same time then. Awesome. Income building, right? So it means that, and this is what we did yesterday. How do you increase your income? Because you want to build wealth. Whenever we talk about wealth, and let's keep tapping out the live, guys. The things that we do differently here, let me quickly, if you have been here, you're just meeting us, click on that follow button, right? If you'll be sitting here for a little bit, click on the follow button. Number two is that tap out the live, right? Non-stop. Because once we get to 5,000 tap, we're going to start teaching what we're here for today, right? Investing. So the quicker we start tapping out the live, we're going to be talking about smart investing, because there are different types of investment. Because whenever we hear investing, the first thing that comes to mind is, some people would think, it's business. Another group of people would think, it's the stock market. Another group of people thinks it's real estate, right? Investment is in general, but today specifically, you're talking about smart investing, and that's what we're going to be talking about shortly. So once we get to 5,000 taps, and of course, we've all of us tap it out in the next 2 minutes, we are already there. Another thing is that for us to get to web, how are you? I hope you got your issue resolved, right? Number two is, if you start tapping out, we get it quickly. But I will keep teaching some other things like intro while we're doing that. The other thing is that share the live, press my forehead on the screen, right? It costs you nothing. Tapping out the live costs you nothing. Sharing out the screen costs you nothing. And click on that follow button. If you have been sitting here for more than 2 minutes, click on the follow button. Thank you so much for doing that. The other thing is that it's going to be a two-way communication. So I'm going to ask you things at times. I need you to please respond. Right? Responding shows that you are understanding what I'm talking about. It makes the teaching easier for me as well. And then it also buttresses and makes you, it's a form of you learning, because if you respond, most of the time it sticks, right? That's the other thing. Get your pen and paper ready as well. Let's all get our pen and paper ready. The last thing is that get your daily at me. Get your daily at me. So if you have not gotten your daily at me, get your daily at me. All right, get your daily at me. Awesome. I will be doing some flash goals later today as well. whatever you can do. Really, really appreciate everyone filling up the gift gallery. Some of the things that help this life as well is Go Popular's help this life. Getting your daily admin, get this up. Thank you so much, God's Word, for getting your daily. Let's keep tapping out the light. We're still at 622. We're going to 5,000 taps. So the earlier we all start tapping, the quicker we get the class started. Possibility, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Welcome in. So what I was saying, yesterday we had the income building session. What does that mean, right? Is it that you got your money from something called a job, or you got it from inheritance, or you got it from lottery, right? Those are the three ways, okay, that I know that is legitimate that you can get your money from. Three ways, right? Most of us, right, did not get their money, did not get inheritance because our parents were not even financially literate enough to know that they need to invest something, right? All they believe is education. Okay, go to school, study hard, get a good job, and life is going to be beautiful. So there's no reason why you should even be thinking of putting some money aside for you and all of those things. The second thing is the lottery. Okay, most of us did not win lottery because we don't play it. So the third part is the default, right? Which is partly what our parent gave us, education. Okay, that job, right, that you have, that's it. It's going to give you something income, right? That income is what is going to, that's going to be your wealth too. Even income, always know that. Don Papa, latest millionaire in town, right? Understand one thing, that your income is just the starting point. You want to be financially free. Remember, these are our two goals: financial freedom and wealth building. Financial freedom and wealth building, they're two different things, right? Be financially free, and I mean, most of the time, it's if you build the right, all of the type of wealth, you are also going to be financially free, right? Yeah. So at times it's interchangeably, but it's not in all cases. So it's coming from this job. So your income is not the final destination. A lot of time, the problem that a lot of people have is that they make their income, which is coming from job, as the final destination. And that is what is called, something called, that you're familiar with, paycheck to paycheck. Okay? That is what it's called, paycheck to paycheck. And maybe if you've not heard paycheck to paycheck, you're not familiar with that. You probably have heard rat race, aka working from age 20 to age 65. Okay, working 45 years of your life out. That's what that means, right? Whenever you make income your final destination, then that is what that means. Another thing, if you've not heard that, or you decide not to listen, know that is something called hamster wheel, right? A wheel. Just think about it. That's what it means when you make income your final destination. So we talked about, but guess what? This income, as interesting as some people might have portrayed it, that, oh, income is bad, job is bad, or whatever. I'm not one of those, because it is what you do with this income that's going to determine if you're building wealth. And I'm going to pause the live right now for a second. Yeah, if you're new here, click on that follow button. Please do that, because that's the only language the algorithm understand. Okay, number 2 is tap out the live. Number 3, share out the live. Number 4 is get your daily at me. Thank you so much for doing that. Once we get to 5,000 tap, we will start talking about smart investing. That's what we're going to be talking about. And if you're just meeting me for the first time, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology, and I help professionals turn their income into real wealth. My day job, I'm a vice president of technology, and also I'm a professor. I teach AI cybersecurity in the college here in the United States. This fall, in a few days, I'll be teaching information management system, and I also teach deep learning as well. And you're wondering, how come she's technology, but she's talking about finance? She's talking about building wealth, financial freedom. That's because I'm also an economist. So my bachelor's is in economics, and also I'm a chartered accountant. And I have my master's and my doctorate in strategy, business, and information management system. And whenever I talk about income, right, and I've emphasized so much on this income, you can hear I'm a vice president of technology. I'm also a professor. It shows that income is key. And I've been in the corporate world for close to 2 decades. I understand what it means when it comes to paycheck to paycheck, living paycheck to paycheck, even with an high income salary. Very good, decent income. Yes. So it tells me one thing, right? Your income is just the starting point. It is not the ending the end part. So once you understand that, you would realize that, because it's just the tool. Now, if you want to become financially free and build wealth as well, is basically the second part of it is, remember I said income is the starting point. So what is the ending point or the continuation of that point that we are talking about? It is something called investment building. Nobody, and I say it, nobody, builds, you cannot save your way to wealth. Meaning you cannot put money like your income and all of that and not put it, you just put it in a savings account, right? Joshua, latest millionaire in town. You just put it in a savings account, you leave it in a savings account, and you expected that, oh, you know what? I am going to become a multi-millionaire or become a millionaire. You do not invest, it's not growing. Nobody takes that income and build wealth through that way. It is what you do with that income that's going to determine if you are building, if you're going to get to become financially free or becoming wealthy. All right. So investment is the other part, right? That's why you would see, what was it? Where's my iPad? There was something that whenever you see, where at the multimillionaires, and I hope I don't get flagged for this, because whenever I show something from another platform, I don't understand how TikTok wants us to, teach. And for somebody like me, I get resources from everywhere and anywhere to be able to teach. Welcome in everyone. Let me see. How do you expect me to teach when I find resource from somewhere, and once I share it, it's almost like a problem. I get flagged for that. But at times I don't really care if they do that. Okay. Give me 1 second. And let's keep tapping out the live. Thank you so much for tapping out that live. So, whenever the wealthy, and just let me show you. The wealthy people in this world, right? I'll just quickly show you, okay? Can you quickly see that? 49% entrepreneur. The wealthy people in this world are 49% entrepreneur, 36% real estate investors, 10% athletes, 5% artists, 0% employees. So quickly look at it. Can you see that? You'll find it on my IG page as well. And those on can you see that? You'll find it on my IG on the repos tab, okay? On the repos tab, you will find it right there. It just tells you something, that whenever I say that you cannot save your way to wealth, it just means that your income is just a tool. It means that, look at the other category, 49% entrepreneur, 36% real estate investors, 10% athletes. So people that are in sports, right? Boxers, footballers, soccer players, and all of that. 5% artists. So all of those people in entertainment and all of those kind of things, right? 0% employees. 0% employee. That doesn't mean that when it says 0% employees, you might be thinking, oh, so how about the SpaceX employees that got the stocks and whatever, and they converted that? Yes, those are indirectly, that is invested. They're investors, so they are investors. How about people that retire? That put money in 401k. They are still part of. You see, the 0% is less than. It just simply means that it's less than 1%. And let's keep tapping out the live. We're not. Okay, guys, can we tap out the live? The numbers are dropping, okay? Let's tap out the live. Let's share out the live. If you're new here, click on that follow button. You've been seated here for more than 2 minutes. Moses, latest millionaire in town. Right. Thank you so much. Now, and because we have not gotten to 5,000 tabs, that's why we have not started the teaching for today, which is investing, but we're still teaching. So yesterday we talked about, this income. Income is very key in whatever thing that you're doing. Income, that's the first thing, or you have this. But if you do not have this, what that means is that you need to start doing what? We need to start investing. You need to, if you don't have this, then you need to figure out how to increase this income. Quickly, I'm going to tell you how to increase the income. Number 1, get a certification. Number 2, supplement your income by getting another side also. Number 3, Get another degree, but make sure that you get a scholarship. Number 4 is for you to get the free things. There are free education on Google Coursera. There's free on YouTube. There's free on Harvard Business School, Udemy, Lee's latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Those are ways for you to increase your income, because guess what? Your wealth tool, becoming wealth, right? Becoming wealthy. Your wealth tool is this. If your income is here and you keep your lifestyle here, right? Keep it low, right? The gap here is what you need to build what? Build investment. I see people every time ask me this question. But when you say investing, don't we need to, where are we going to get the money to do the investment? It is called something called a job. Job. It's except you have a miracle that you want to do. Get your hands. That's why you have your 10 you have your 10 fingers. Get your hand to it and start working so that you can get this income. And that's what we talked about yesterday, how to build your income. How to build your income. So today we are going to the second phase of it, which is what? Investing. And we're going to start with the first one, which is the smart investing. Okay? Smart investing. I'm going to be teaching that. What does smart investing mean? Right? There's a reason why it means smart. There's a reason why we say smart. Okay? And we're going to be talking about that shortly. It means that you are so smart enough that you invest, but then your money is protected. Like you're not losing your money. Like you invest in such a way that you're not, on the Wall Street, they call do you know the name they call the middle class? The middle class or the retail investor, do you know the name? Right? Not exactly low risk, okay, Dr. Sajay, right? Not exactly low risk, but yeah, right? It doesn't have to be low risk though, okay? It doesn't have to be low risk, right? But just think about, question for everyone. What do you think they call the retail investors and, maybe your own money? Meaning we are the retail investors, right? We are not institution, we are retail investor. What do you think they call our money? What do you think they call our money on the Wall Street? Anyone wants to try? I mean, you will be shocked, all right? You will be shocked what they call our money. Retail investors, like the middle class, you and I putting money in the stock market. What do you think you call our money? Dennis, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. What do you think they call our money on Wall Street when we invest? What do you think? Somebody try. Somebody try, guys. I am not liking this, okay? I'm not liking this, right? I don't like the energy, okay? The energy you're giving me is not helping me out my teaching. The energy you're giving me, meaning that you're not engaging, nobody's responding. The life is just so quiet. We don't do that, okay? We don't do that here. So if you are new, this is the $1 million community. It means that people that are aspiring to become a millionaire and those that are, they are already millionaires that are, trying to become multimillionaires. So it's simple. You don't know. Okay, thank you so much. You see, we don't know is also a response. Thank you so much. Right? We don't know. Who else wants to try? Who knows? We don't know. Who knows? I like that. Just respond. Thank you so much. We don't know. All right. You can go on Google. What do they call the Debbie, latest millionaire in town? Welcome in. What do I mean by retail? Me and you. So we have, whenever we do investors, give me 1 second. Someone is requesting. Right? Okay, so think about it. When we say retail investors, good question. It simply means that there's the institution. So like the brokerage firms, like the Fidelity, there's this guy, Hathaway, Berkshire Hathaway, like all of those big institutions like BlackRock, like Vanguard, all those trading 212, those are like institutions. When individuals like you and I, you bring your $1, you bring your $100, right? Your $500, your 100,000, your 1 million. You are an individual, so you are a retail investor. Think about it. There's wholesalers, right? There is distributors, right? And there are individuals that are, I hope you understand it right now. That's what that means. You got the answer. So we are we are retail investors. The answer is, right, what they call your money is what is called the dumb money. DUMB. Google it. Dumb money. Retail investors' money. Dumb money. Meaning that whenever you are investing, if you are not careful, and why? Why do they call us dumb money? Why do they call us dumb money? The reason why they call us dumb money or call our money dumb money is you can Google it, it's right there. Do you invest in business? Absolutely. Just Google it and see what dumb money is. You would understand. So that next time you invest carefully. Businesses is right here. Did you see that? Businesses is the last one right here. Okay? Yeah. So dumb money. All right. So think about it. Your money, when you put it in the stock market, let's give an instance. You bought a stock. Because you jump on the hypes when the stock was going up, and there was the fear of missing out. So fear of missing out. I don't want to miss out. Maybe it's the next big thing. Maybe this. When the price is going out, think about cryptocurrency, for instance, for a second. When Bitcoin was it was 120,000. Every single person was talking about cryptocurrency. Today is about 60,000. And a lot of people were buying it as, right? A lot of people were buying it at what? A lot of people were buying it at 120,000. A lot of people were buying at 110,000. Now, cryptocurrency is at $60,000. I'm not selling cryptocurrency. I don't even talk about cryptocurrency here. I'm just using it as an illustration, right? Now, cryptocurrency is about 60,000. Guess what? Who is talking about cryptocurrency right now? Who is talking? But guys, do you hear about cryptocurrency right now? Who is buying cryptocurrency? Nobody is buying cryptocurrency right now. Nobody is buying cryptocurrency. But guess what? Let cryptocurrency start going up all of a sudden. Let Bitcoin, let it start jumping. Maybe it jumps 10% overnight. It becomes tomorrow, the next day. It keeps going up. Every one of us will rush to cryptocurrency. But when it's low, you're not buying. One thing is a psychological thing. One thing, when the stock market is going up, everybody begins to fear, right? Instead of them to, when the market is red, you want to run towards the market at that time. That's when you should be buying. When the stock market is green, stock market is at all-time high, that's when you should actually be worried, okay? That's why you should be worried. But for most retail investors, that's why they call the money dumb money. Retail investor, because of the fear of missing out, they start investing at when the market is high. And as a matter of fact, we are not traders, so you should not even be thinking about, when to buy or when to sell and all of that. So they call our money dumb money. But the other way, right, is, you see, we talked about dumb money. There's the other way. The opposite of dumb is what? The opposite of dumb is what? The opposite of dumb is what? Oh my goodness. This chat is, guys, can we respond? Can we respond? It's, the life is much more fun when we respond. Thank you so much, EB. Thank you so much. The opposite of dumb is smart. So that's it. How do you do that? Thank you so much. Aware. Thank you. Even if you are not correct, it's okay. Just comment, right? And if you sit here for more than 2 minutes, click on that follow button. Let's keep tapping out the live. That's the only language the algorithm understands. Tap out the live, share out the live. If you're here for some minutes and you've not clicked on that follow button, click on the follow button. Today we are talking about investing, right? Smart. So how do you invest? Because in this case, brilliant, exactly. Thank you so much, Bedebi. Brilliant. It means that this person is, because this person sells, he buys when the market is high. Ali, latest millionaire in town. This person, retail investor, buys. Let's think about SpaceX, for instance. SpaceX, when SpaceX was IPO 135, everybody buy. It went all the way. Some people bought at 175. Some people bought at $200. Or 225. I don't want to miss out. Maybe it's the next Bitcoin, right? Out of speculation and hypes. But guess what? It came back. I don't even know how much it is right now. Guess what? Some people are selling now. How do you buy at the high and then sell at the low? All right. So you need to have smart investing. It simply means, how do you buy in such a way that you don't lose money in the stock market? That's what it is. The direct opposite of what the retail investor does. And by the way, I did not create this number. I did not create this word. The dumb money is on the Wall Street. Google it yourself. Can somebody Google it and just put it if I'm lying? It's there. Retail, just ask Google or ChatGPT, what does the Wall Street, what do they call, or what is dumb money? Right? You would see right there. It is what they call the term used for retail investors' money in the stock market. Right? You will see it right there. Okay? You see it right there. Thank you all for tapping out the live. If you're sitting there for more than 2 minutes or you're just been here, welcome in. I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology, meaning I have my doctorate in strategic business and information management system. I'm a chartered accountant and economist. My day job, I'm a vice president of technology, also a professor teaching AI, cybersecurity, and deep learning. And I'm just teaching you, right, what I've learned over the almost 2 decades investing and, of course, owning and managing double-digit real estate portfolio. Just helping as many people that have been in corporate, either any form of professional. TH, thank you so much. God bless you too. Queen Debs, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Because what you were taught was what? Go to school, study hard, get good grades, get a good job, and life is going to be beautiful. But really, it's either the forever ending or forever after that you were expecting. After they told you that, I bet I did not get that forever after, even with the good income that I got, right? Because the income is just the starting point in the wealth building journey. Abby said no, exactly, right? Never. If there's anybody that got that happy ending or forever after or whatever that you thought, go to school, study hard, get a good job, and life is going to be beautiful, right? If you got it, let us know how you went about it. But mostly, a lot of people, even with a medical doctor's income or a high income, right, you still did not get that forever after. Why? Because your income is just the starting point. Okay, your income is just the starting point. All right. So, and whenever we talk about wealth, okay, so it means that whenever I say income is the starting point, it means that what is the continuation? Continuation is this, and it's your income is the starting point. Your investment is the ending, is the continuation, and of course, protecting it is the last point. Protecting it is the last point. Income building, investment building, and protection, and structure and protection. That's the third. Those are the 3 ways. Those are the 3 folds. Call it whatever you want to do. Structure of building wealth, gaining financial freedom. So I already talked about income building, how to increase your income. I already talked about it. So if anybody comes to ask me, oh, Dr. Lina, you're saying investing, where are we going to get the money for this investment? Where is it going to come from? And all of that. I will fight you, okay? Battery low at work, awesome. That's okay. Let's keep tapping out the live. You'll be sitting there for more than 2 minutes. Please click on the follow button. You're doing us a disservice because you might be taking all the information and the algorithm doesn't understand that until you click on the follow button, tap out the live, share out the live, invite your friends over, get your daily at me. Let's all get our daily at me. If you have not gotten your daily at me, get your daily at me. We're going to be talking about smart investing shortly. But let me quickly tell you, whenever we talk about building wealth quickly, this wealth that you see here does not equal money. It's not money, okay? Thank you so much for the roses, right? Whenever you hear build wealth, the wealth does not equal money. Understand that. That money is one type of wealth, is a type of wealth. All right. 2 is, investment, money in the bank, all those things. Adi, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Money is one type of wealth. Other types of wealth includes, right? The other type of wealth. Hold on. All right. Money is one type of wealth. Number two type of wealth that we have is what? Number two is what? It's called the social wealth. I mean, social wealth. Your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. Okay? You probably have heard that before. I can talk about it another. Number three, you would have also heard your health is your wealth. Health is wealth. If health fails, every other thing fails. Okay? In the process of a lot of people, in the process of chasing this money, they've lost their health to it. Their knees are aching because they stand hours and hours because they are morning shift. Yet they do the afternoon shift. Now they do the night, and they are still on call. They are on standby for any other person that doesn't take their shift. Because what? They are trying to chase money. They are trying to chase money. In the process of that, they trade their health for money. So understand that you're not building wealth, right? It's like you're taking this away and you are trying to chase money. So we are not wealthy. Number four, the other type of wealth, right, is the one that a lot of people, including myself, struggled with for a long time. It's called the peace wealth. Your emergency fund, character or integrity, right? That's around here. Power is around here as well. Okay? That's around there. All right. So Dr. SRJ, right? Peace wealth. What is peace wealth? Peace wealth is, do you have your emergency fund in case there's a job loss, income loss, or whatever? Do you have that? Number two is what? The other thing is, do you have insurance in place? Do you have things around your LLC? Do you have an LLC? AB said no. Do you have LLC to protect you? Do you have umbrella policy? Right? Do you have a living trust? The minimum, do you have a beneficiary on all of your accounts? Do you? Peace wealth, right? Peace wealth. A lot of people are failing on this one. A lot of people are failing on this one. I mean, I am also just fixing it. Like, so like things like this, living trust, right? Living trust, having a living trust in place. Those are the things that, so whenever you are building wealth, don't just think money, 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 because somebody can literally take away everything from you. All this money that you are chasing, you become a millionaire and somebody literally just takes away everything for you overnight because he decides to pour water on the floor and decide to fall on the water that he poured on the floor. But because you are the one that owns the property or it's your whatever, you are liable. Peace wealth. Number five relates to what we're talking about today. Your time wealth. You see the one that is most abused. I start with the social. What do you mean? The two that is most abused is this one and this one. Ability to live life at your own terms. You are working. You work from your system allows us to abuse this one a lot. 40 hours every day from age 20 to 65. At that time, you're already tired. Body is tired. You trade your time for money. Right? All of this is what the society tells us. But guess what? All you're doing is you're trading your life away. Remember, I said income is key. So Dr. Lina explained, because if you are talking about income and you say job is important, time is income, but then I need to give my time to be able to get that money, right? That's what it is. Yes and no, right? Because you need to do it in such a way that you are taking this time, you do it for some time, you get the money from here. When you trade the time, you get the money, and then you use this money not just to the problem is that a lot of time this is also what the society told us, by the way, not your fault. It says that you should use this one to fund what is called DLL. What is DLL? Everyone type DLL in the comment. Type DLL in the comment, and if you are new here, click on that follow button, tap out the like, share out the live. Let's tap it out to 5,000 taps. DLL. Thank you so much. Efficient body, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. All right, DLL. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. OVTH, right? Tina. Yes, awesome. DLL. DLL simply means depreciating lifestyle liability. So look at the flow. Time. You trade your time for money. Then you take that money and then you use it to, you trade your time, meaning your hours. You trade your time for income, right? This is also income, paycheck. And then you trade your time for this income, money, paycheck, right? And then the society says put it on depreciating lifestyle liability. What is this? It also means something called bills. And then it calls lifestyle. That's what the society tells us to do. But what should you do differently? If what is you're doing is, it means that it's going to be a cycle. You take your time, you use it for this paycheck, you fund this lifestyle, then you have to go back again. The next month, you do it again, you do it again. You are not building wealth. There's no room for wealth because all you are doing is, because this cycle ends here, it ends there. There's no continuation from here. The only thing that you would see is that you have good health. You eat right, maybe food, good skin, nice clothes, nice things, right? Tangible things. That's all that you get from this kind of life. It's lifestyle. You go on vacation, right? That's what this is. While this is good, think about if this income goes out of the equation. Because, this happens every single time. People get laid off. Or maybe you retire. It's either you retire or you yourself, your body gets tired. Right? At some point. What is going to happen? There's still lifestyle. It means that this lifestyle will either drop or because you still have a bill to pay. Because now this is already out of the equation because of whatever thing that happened. So if you are not careful, guess what? This is out. So how do you get this? How do you still fund this? That's where the problem is. However, what should you do differently? When you get this money, you put some of it towards the depreciating lifestyle. Then you put some of it towards what? You put it towards something called ACA. Let's all drop ACA in the comments. ACA in the comments, guys. ACA in the comments. And in the next few minutes, we're going to be starting. As soon as we get the 5,000 taps, we'll get to start investing. We're going to start talking about investing, the smart investing, which is the topic for today. But ACA, awesome. Thank you so much. ACA. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's get that daily at me. If you have not gotten your daily at me, if you're sitting there for more than 2 minutes, click on the follow button. Let's welcome you in, right? You do us a disservice because the algorithm doesn't understand that you find value here, right? Click on that follow button. Let's welcome you in. Don't just sit here without clicking on that follow button, tapping out the live, sharing out the live as well. Yeah. And please don't note that we don't have WhatsApp group. We don't have Telegram group. We don't have any of those things. And if somebody is chatting you up or is trying to, tell you to do cryptocurrency or do all of those things, that's not Dr. Lina. Even though there might be the picture, if you look at the name under is at something else. And make sure you see the description very well. As a matter of fact, let me put my name in the comments so you know the right person. So that's my name right there. Right, that is the account. The name and the @ sign will be this. No dots, no nothing. Okay, take note. On YouTube as well, it's still the same name. On IG is the same name. Gladys and Prince, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So ACA, what is ACA? ACA is appreciating cash flowing asset. Remember, this one is DLL, depreciating lifestyle liability. This is appreciating cash flowing asset. It means two things. It's going up, increasing in value, and secondly, it gives you cash. It gives you cash. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about shortly. That's what Why are you calling them latest millionaire in town? Okay, great question. Why? Why am I calling them latest millionaire in town? All right, good question. Let me quickly address that. Uh, so when we say latest millionaire in town, this community is called $1 million League. So if you want to get your daily at me, get your daily at me, you will see MDL. That is $1 million League. Is the community of millionaires, those aspiring to become millionaires in dollars, and those that are already millionaires trying to scale to millionaires, to the multi-millionaires. So you would see some high net worth individuals here. Somebody just crossed $500,000 about 3 weeks ago, right? And many more like that. Because guess what? They have transitioned their income. They never made their income the ending point. All right. So that's why everyone that comes through here, I'm a Jesus baby, okay? And I believe in the power of, I believe in one thing. There's power of life and death in the tongue, okay? Power of life and death in the tongue. So the first step is somebody leaning forward that, oh, you know what? I value this, whatever we're talking about here. This is what I want. I trust that I can, become financially free. I trust that I want to. My goal is to become wealthy, right? So mine is to say, okay, you know what? This person is a candidate for even clicking that follow button because I prophesy it into that person's life, okay? Telling my big God in heaven that this person just wants to do that, even though it might not look like right now, right? But that's number one. Number two is we don't just do that, okay? We don't just prophesy and just sit there and wait, which is why I'm teaching you exactly what we're doing. Exact strategy that took me from just ordinary income to becoming a millionaire. The exact strategy that took me to becoming financially free, okay? So that's why you would see whatever and talk about here. You will not hear me talk about IUL. You will not hear me talk about some certain things, right? Or some products. I tell you exactly the things that I do. That's what I tell you. So, and guess what? There's power, when I first power of life and death in the tongue, that's number one. Number two is that on your own end as well, you're going to execute. So you're going to take your pen and paper. You're going to start following that. How long did it take? Hold on. Carissa, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. How long did it take them to become millionaires, right? How long did it take them? There are different kind of categories. There's people with 10 years. There's people with 15 years. There is people with 20. But as a rule of thumb here, it's 10 years, okay? 10 years, and you might say, oh, you know what, how is that possible? It starts with your income, okay? It starts with not stranded. Thank you so much. I hope you've been the one doing the taps, right? It's so it starts, we say within this community 10 years, and I will show you as part of this investing strategy, both on the investing side and of course on the on the real estate side. I'm going to be showing you, yeah, and I'll be showing you exactly how to go about it, okay? Oh, you've not even clicked on welcome in, not stranded. So if you're new here and you'll be sitting here, you want to be a candidate of that $1 million status, yeah, make sure you click on the follow button. Join this live regularly. Follow the steps. It's not just join, right? Follow the steps to the letter, right? Follow it and you will find yourself right there, right? Yesterday was about income building session. We had an income building session yesterday. So if you missed that, you want to come back again so that you will know how to increase that income. That's the first tool. That is your first tool in your wealth building journey. All right. So back to what we were saying. So if what you do, remember, I said income session, there's also the investment session. Income session, there's also the investment. You are in. Awesome. Well done. Well done. Well done, not stranded. That's exactly the way to do it. Wake latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Great question, guys. I mean, what's his name? AB later. Yeah, great question. Right. So, income. And by the way, please note that this is not get rich quick scheme. So when we say 10 years, 15 years, and all of that, it already gives you. So Google who Warren Buffett is. We are not high risk investors. We are moderate risk investors. We are investors. We're not speculators. We are not get rich quick scheme. We don't do hypes. We don't also do things that they call, we are not traders, okay? We are not traders. We are not gamblers. We are investors. Investors, okay? Or Google who Warren Buffett is. You will understand what we do. And also look at this guy, right? Robert Kiyosaki. Think about this and you will understand. It will give you an idea of what we do right here. It will give you a quick idea. Maybe another thing that you see, the number 3, you see something like that. Okay, yeah. That's a real estate millionaire. He owns 15,000 houses. Warren Buffett is who they call the Lord of investing. They call him Lord of, but his investing is not complicated. It's easy and he's made millions. He's 96 years old. There's a reason why they call is the former CEO, which is the owner of the Berkshire Hathaway. All right, one of the most leading and most expensive, brokerage out there. Okay, so it starts with this income. All right, starts with this income, and of course, this income, instead of putting everything in depreciating lifestyle liability, put it in an appreciating cash flowing asset. What does this mean? This is the liability, it depreciates. This one on the other hand, it appreciates, meaning it's going up. So you put some of your money to fund bills and a little bit on lifestyle. Delay the gratification, right? It's not instant gratification as well. Delay the gratification by putting some of it as well on cash flow. Put some of it on asset. This asset is going to give you 2 things: cash flow, and it's going to give you growth. Growth and cash flow at the minimum. Those are the 2 things that it's going to give you. What is growth? If you put it in the stock market, you put your money $200, it becomes $500 over the years, right? That is growth. If that same stock, for instance, right, also give you every single month, if you are doing profit sharing every single month, okay? If you are doing profit sharing, meaning that they are giving you something called dividends every single month for owning that shares, that is what is called cash flow. In real estate, if you buy the house is doubling itself every 10 years because real estate appreciates in value every year about 10%. If you buy it right and you buy it in a good location, average is 10%. So in 10 years, it should double itself. As a matter of fact, property we bought in 2017 is already doubled itself as of last year. Okay? Or as of early this year, 2017 July, and it's already doubled itself. It's not yet 2027. It's not yet 2020. It's not yet 2027, right? So, but guess what? This same property has given at least over $100,000. Over $100,000. I am in United States. I'm in the United States. I'm in Texas, in United States. Right, this same property, Tech Queen Pro, latest. Thank you so much for the daily admin. Mine depreciates where, right? It depends on where you're buying it. It depends on where what location. There's no way if you buy it right. What location? Are you in Canada? Canada, exactly. See, are you in Canada? Thank you so much. Canada is there's a lot of things going on in Canada. I don't know what is happening there. I don't know what is happening there. Then a lot of people also bought the bubbles. Bubbles in 2022, bubbles in 2023. It happened in the United States as well, where people were doing a bidding war, right? Property is worth 300,000. The owner of the property says the property is 300,000. But because we have 50 people that wanted to buy the property at the same time, right? 500 people, 50 people want to buy the property at the same time. Everybody start bidding on that property. They buy it for $400,000, right? They buy it for $400,000. The value of the property still did not change from $300,000. So you're already underwater at $300,000. Yeah, absolutely true. Thank you so much. So it's the problem that a lot of people that bought before 2020, right? They don't have this problem. This problem is prevalent through the highest bidder syndrome. Exactly. That happened between 2022 and 2024. Philian, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Thank you for confirming. It's between the major people that have this problem that we're talking about. Is people that bought between late 2021 through 2023, right? That's where the problem is. The people that bought before those before COVID, maybe it was COVID money that put so much money. There was too much money in circulation, and the real estate just went, yes, the highest interest. Yes, the interest rate was the issue. Exactly. Edward, latest millionaire in town. Right, that's the problem. But somebody like me, I have been buying for over a decade, right? I am still buying every property that I bought. Let me tell you the truth. Except for the first one was the one, except for the first one, because it was newly built, and we did almost think about something like an house hacking. That's what I did. Meaning we lived there for a couple of years, right? And then we moved from that property to another property. Now we are jumping into real estate. I hope that's okay. I hope that's okay, guys. I hope that is okay. We are supposed to be talking about smart investing. Billion, latest millionaire in town. I hope that is okay, right? But let's quickly, because a lot of people are in this boat and whatever. It still does not change the fact that real estate is one of the leading. As a matter of fact, I showed you something. I just showed something, right? Let's go back to smart investing. We're going to get there, all right? But let me quickly help people out. We're going to be talking about real estate tomorrow. But let me quickly show you something. Let me quickly go show you something quickly. Remember what I showed earlier, right? Remember what I showed earlier. Real estate still happens to be one of the largest tools, one of the best tools that have made a lot of people millionaires. The wealthy people in the world are, quickly see, I'll take it quickly. 49% entrepreneurs, 36% real estate investors. This is not me. This is not on my page, right? 36% real estate investors, 10% athletes, 5% artists, 0% employees. And I'm going to show you the reason why shortly, okay? Because we're going to be talking about the stock market and the real estate. I still believe a lot of people bought it at the wrong prices. I never touch any real estate if it doesn't give me at least 20% equity. What does that mean? I am buying it at a 20% discount. 20% discount. That's how I am buying. Except for one of my property was the only one that I bought that I just wanted to buy at that time. I needed it for tax, whatever. And I bought it for, 158. That was many years ago. 158 because it was almost December and I needed to buy a property. It was 158 and it was worth maybe 170 or something. It's not that I still did not make money on it. It's not. That's it. I buy my property like a fix and flip. Like it's fix and flip. The only thing is that I don't flip. I still use the same strategy. Like you buy, you fix, and then you rent. That's what I do. So if you do it that way, then you'll be fine. All right. So you still believe real estate. Let's keep tapping out the life. Yeah, we're going to be talking about real estate tomorrow. So if you're new here, you want to learn about real estate, I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. Even though I have quite a number of vacancies right now, I think I have 2 or 3 properties that are vacant right now. Right, because all my leases end during summer, so that I can be able to get it occupied during summer, which is the peak season, right? So all my leases will typically end, right? So people are going out and new people are coming in. That still doesn't change the fact that real estate hasn't built me wealth, okay? That's what got me to the $1 million status, okay? But you need to handle it right with all delicacy. It's delicate. I will show you the reason why. Okay, so you put it, whenever we talked about this, ACA. So ACA, it means that, think about real estate. Real estate, when it comes to the stock market will give you what? It's going to give you cash flow, like VAT dividends. And it's also going to give you the growth. So the money is also going to go up. Growth and cash flow, that's what it's going to give you. When it comes to real estate, on the other hand, you get something like a tenant. Tenant is paying you. That's a rental income, right? That is some form of cash flow that you're getting every month. Additionally, if the property is growing, it's doubling its value if you buy it right, guys. If you buy it right. Emphasis on buy it right, right? It's going to grow in 10 years. It doubles its value at least, within 10 years, okay? Within 10 years. And then the other thing, we also have some other things like tax benefit, right? And you guys, you always forget about. I mean, let's talk about ETF and real estate later. Let's talk about that. So then the other thing is businesses. A lot of time, always one of the goals, whenever you have this income, when you are doing the split, let your goal be diversification. All right. So let your goal be diversification. So like Nas right now, right? She talked about real estate. Maybe she did not buy it right. Maybe she's losing money there. But guess what? If she has money in the stock market on the other hand, that might be doing well because S&P 500 is at all-time high. Like I am still investing in, I'm talking about real estate. I own and manage double digits real estate portfolio. So, but then I am also still smart investing in the stock market. I also have my own tail when it comes to stock market. I lost about $99,000 6 years ago. $99,000. That's what I lost in the stock market. So it comes with the risk as well. If you don't play it well, thank you so much, Foster Frost. It comes with the risk, right? Every investment, just like your income, that job that you have as a risk, that job that you have as a risk, what is the risk? Right? Because a lot of times people will say, oh, I don't want to invest. If I ask anybody right now, why are you not investing? Drop it in the comment. Boris, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. Why are you not investing? Why are you not investing? Drop it in the comment. Let's keep tapping out the live. We are still at 7,000 taps, right? If you're new here and you have been following all along, please click on that follow button. You're doing us a disservice not clicking on that follow button. If you've also been here, you're not tapping out the live, tap out the live. If you are new here as well, or you have been here, you're not sharing out the live, don't just be the only one taking this, okay? Take it in, right? Share out the life as well, right? Share out the life. You don't know what and where to invest. Okay, that's great. Vivian, latest millionaire in town. Sometimes I don't know what to buy. Okay, you don't know. Education, okay? Education. All right? Right? Education. All or Sunday, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, and if you have still been sitting here, you have not clicked on that follow button, you're doing us a disservice. Please click a follow button, tap out the live, share out the live, invite your friends over, right? Share out the live, get your daily at me. Let's all get our daily at me. If you can give the gallery, that would be great because that's the only language the algorithm understands, right? If you sit here I see people, they will start the life and end the life with me, yet they will not do anything. Come on, you are not helping this community, right? You're not helping us to reach more people because the algorithm will just assume, oh, they are BOT, they're not real people. But if you're real, if you're human, right, and you're not a scammer, click on that follow button, tap out the live, share out the live, ask questions, respond to questions as well, okay, so that we know you within this community, okay? Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Awesome. So now we know Makia, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Right. So let's talk about it. Somebody said education. One of the things I saw is education. I don't know what to buy. I mean, does that also include fear? Right? The fear. I don't want to lose my money because when you say education, right? Because I don't want to lose my money. That's why. Now that the market is green, where should we invest in the stock market? That is in the, yeah, okay, that's what we are talking about. Because here we talk about smart investing. Smart investing. All right. So let's get straight into it, right? And today it's about, remember, this is about wealth building. What we are teaching here is about wealth building. Wealth building, building wealth, and financial freedom, because money is just a tool. Financial freedom is the goal, right? The first set is you've already fixed your income right now, because that's what we talked about yesterday. So please do not ask me where is the money coming from, because if you miss that, join us in the next session when we talk about income building, right? The income building session, because that's another thing. Now we're going to the second session, which is smart investing. Oh, yeah, no. So we are going to the second session, which is the investing session. Now, what is it's whenever we talk about investing, what does that mean to you? Right? Investing is you putting, always remember, investing is I put my money in something and I expect growth or it gives me some form of money. Okay. So I put my money in something. Okay. I expect it to grow, right? Or, because you want to, either you put it. So one of the things, places where we put our money is something called, you put it in the stock market. Another one is what is called real estate. And the third one is called businesses. We're going to be fully talking about this today, but we're going to introduce this today. So tomorrow we'll continue. We're going to start with this. Okay? We're going to start with this. These two, very popular. All three are popular. Like businesses like laundromat, businesses like vending machine. There's so many businesses. Louis is latest millionaire in town. All right, so we're going to be talking about real estate tomorrow, but we would start it. And there's always the competition between these two especially, right? They are like, which one? We're going to put it to rest as well. Okay, so stock market. Here, what we do talk about differently is what is called smart investing. What does smart investing? What emphasis? I want you to look at this very well. Smart investing. There's a reason why we put the investing behind it. It means that you're putting your money in the stock market. There's the risk when it comes to the stock market, and you want to kind of edge against that risk. Okay, you want to almost, I don't know what to put my money. Most of the question that I get every time is, Dr. Lina, which stock should I buy? Dr. Lina, I don't know which one I should buy. That is, and I'm going to be telling you how to go about it such that you don't lose your money like I lost my money. Because in the stock market, let me explain this. In the stock market, we have 4 categories of people. We have the people that are gamblers, meaning like somebody like me. I did that 6 years ago, options trading. You are betting that this stock is going to go up, and if the stock goes up, you make money. Okay, that is gambling. Okay, if you are also betting that it's going to go down, that is also gambling. You can lose a lot of money. There's other people that are more like speculators. They put their money there and they're like, oh, I think, no research, no reason, I just think that this is going to be the next one because somebody on the TikTok said it. Gregson, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. Because somebody on TikTok or one guy on YouTube said it's the next. What is the reason why you are buying SpaceX? Because, it's the hottest IPO. They will soon start going to the moon. And so that's why you bought it. Did you do your research? Did you see there was a 700 million or 700 billion loss consistently for the past 7 years or how many years? Written in black and white in the book. Shared with everyone. But yet, we still all went to buy it. Okay? Because if I ask you right now, why did you buy it? For those that bought it, it's because everybody was buying it. You do not know the reason. We just said, okay, I don't want to meet the fear of missing out. Right? That's it. Now, that is speculation because you didn't do your research, right? You did not, and you are just buying with anticipation that, you know what, it's going to grow. That's speculators. Number 3 is some people have the idea that when we talk about investing in the stock market, you need to have like all your walls filled with screens, maybe like 15 screens that you see on the Wall Street. That is not investors. That's not investing. Those are traders, right? Those are traders, okay? So we are traders. It means that most of the time they do short-term trades. So it's like fix and flip when it comes to real estate. They buy, they fix, and they flip, right? They buy low, they sell high. So the attention is on knowing when to buy and knowing when to sell. Knowing what is the next big thing, and of course, cashing out on that. That's their job. And most of the time, it's a full-time job in itself. So if you are already a nurse, or you are a lawyer, or you have your own full-time job, right? You do not have any business in trading because it is risky, right? And you could remember it's something that is very, very fast. Some people could make money on that. You can make 5,000. I tell you, when I was doing day trading, and I had I had three full-time jobs, right? At that point, 6 years ago, I had that. But then I was saying, oh, let me make some quick cash because somebody told me about it. Day one, I made like $3,000. Day two, I lost about 6,500. Day three, I made like whatever. Day four, I lost about 15,000. That was how I lost money. Like, and it all happened within a space of less than 1 hour. Like, you could literally lose about 15,000. I remember losing about 15,000 in less than 1 hour. And then I had to like, okay, you know what? Cut your losses and move on. So that is not investing, that is trading. Okay? That's trading, those candle lights and all of those things. Investing, on the other hand, meaning, or smart investing, is your dollar cost averaging. Dr. Lina, when should I buy? You don't have any business in that, right? When should I buy? You don't have any business, because guess what? You're doing something called DCA. What is DCA? Everyone drop DCA in the comments. If you're new here, click on that follow button. Tap out the like, share out the live. Let's get it to 10,000. Drop 10,000 taps. Let's share out the live as well. Joe, latest millionaire in town. Drop DCA in the comment. Do we know what this dollar cost averaging? It means that you are buying. Stock market is high, is sideways, is low. You are buying consistently. You are buying consistently, regardless of whenever. You are buying the same thing every single time. This is what is called investing. Because that's number one, right? DCA is number one. You are buying consistently. This is what? One of the things when it comes to investing is, number one, is consistency, right? I'm less concerned if you're doing $50 or you are doing $1,000 or you are doing 50,000. You are consistent with it. Number two, when it comes to you as an investor, right? It's less complex, right? It doesn't have to be. Complexity is less. Is less complex because you don't have to buy 55 stocks or whatever. You don't. It might just be 3 investments or 4 assets that you bought, and it's going to do the job for you. 5 or 6 or whatever, not more than 10. It does the work for you depending on your strategy. J-Man, latest millionaire in town. Less complex. When you introduce the complexity in it, then that's when you start. Consistency, less complex. Number 3 is you know exactly what you are buying. So a little bit, not so much, a little bit of research that is available in the public, right? Right? And this is going to be linked to what? To something called your goals. All right? AB, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. Right? Research, right? And it has to be linked to your goal. So a lot of times I hear people, Dr. Lina, so which ETF should I buy? Which stock should I buy? And I tell you, what I'm going to tell you is different from what I'm going to tell B. And when I have one-on-one sessions with people, what I tell Mr. A is going to be different from what I'm going to tell Ovi, Mr. George, and it's going to be different from what I'm going to tell from Awi, or I'm going to tell Uche, right? Or I'm telling Nunu, because it is a function of your goals and why, right? Why? It's the function of your goals. Your goals. My goal might be like, I want to retire. I'm 25 years old. I want to retire in my 40s. is different from somebody that is already in his 60s that wants to retire in 3 years, right? And it's different from, oh, I am investing so that I can buy real estate. Miss Idol, latest millionaire in town, welcome in, right? It's different from somebody that said, okay, I want to do this and I want to use it to transition to real estate. That is different. So it's different. So as a matter of fact, I asked 6 questions before I can say, oh, you know what, this, right? This, because your answer is in your, how you invest is in your response, in all of those things. It's not one size fit all, because that's where a lot of people make that mistake. Okay? Research, okay? And keep it low. Hello, James, how are you? Right? Keep it, right? Keep it as, do a little bit, not so much of research. ChatGPT, ask your questions or whatever. Write it. That's it. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is, oh, I lost my train of. Yes, you're not, welcome in. Another thing is that keep it moderate risk. Why? We do not lose the principal. Loss of principal is not allowed. What do I mean by this? You see, because all of this money that is coming from where? Who can tell me where this money is coming from? The money that you are putting in here, in this smart investor, where is it coming from? Where is this money coming from? The money that you are putting in real estate or you are putting in smart investment, where is the money coming from, guys? Where's the money coming from? Your income. So under your income, what generated it? Your time, meaning your life brought the money. Your income, your life. So you traded your time for money. So you got that money with the last of your breath. You got it. So losing money is not an option. So playing high risk games. This is not me. I can never even believe that I can be talking about this right now. I have a latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. So whenever you think about it, that, oh my goodness, this is my 1,000 that I want to put in this space X. I don't know. This 1 hour. I spent 40 days. 40 hours of my life. That is what I spent in getting this $1,000. When you start thinking about money that way, it's going to, whenever you are taking your investment decisions, you will be careful about it. You will not go with the hypes. You will not just give somebody money to say, oh, can you invest on my behalf? Because the person is in one WhatsApp group, and then you give access to your entire account to that person, and that person steals your money. You will be more careful, because that is the whole month of your life that you can never gain back. Okay? That you just gave out. So, because you want to make the loss, even if there's anything, even if you trade sideways, it's okay than to lose your money. So keep it moderate risk, right? And if you're going to put anything high as well, balance it. Keep it in such a low whatever, okay? In a low ratio. You are better off getting 10% to 15%, right? And you show that, oh, this my 10% is going to be constant, like it's almost going to be, right? Versus getting 22%. And then this 22%, you are not sure. I'd rather take 10% that I am almost certain that, okay, you know what? Right? Because it's your 10% consistently every single month or every single year, it's going to do better than 22% this year. And next year is 5% minus 5%. And next year it does 32%. And the other year is minus 15%. Your constant 10% is a better way of strategizing. Is a better investment strategy than when you go this up and down, up and down, up and down. Because first of all, high blood pressure is going to almost, meaning that volatility. So if you understand how we think right now, remember I said it is less complex. Manage your risk. Let me show you something, and let's quickly, some people would say 10% is low. 10% is low, okay? 10% is low. Oh, yeah. The other thing is that you focus on, you remember, moderate. The other thing is that what trades up for this 10%? Yeah, 10% might be like, oh, you know what? 10% is low. Maybe I want 35%. Instead of you focusing on this 10% or 12% or whatever, focus on leaving your money in the market for a longer time. Let the time do the heavy lifting for you. So it means that time in the market, okay? Time in the market. Have you heard this before? Time in the market always beats timing the market. I'm looking for when the stock market is going to be low so that I will buy, and you put money on the side. Or I'm waiting when it becomes high, I'm going to buy. When it becomes low, I'm going to buy. And you keep waiting. Meanwhile, somebody is doing consistently, somebody is doing the same thing. Either the market is low, is high, is sideways, is buying the same thing, and is getting 10% return on whatever is doing. That person will win the person that is trying to time the market. Have you heard that before? Time in the market always wins, always beats time in the market. If you've heard that before, put yes in the comment. Time in the market always beats time in the market. Meaning time beats timing. Meaning you trying to time the market. If you've heard that before, put it in the comment. And if you are new here, welcome in. Welcome in. Click on that follow button. Welcome in. That's what it means. When you stay in the market for 5 years, you stay in the market for 10 years, 15 years, right? You always win. All right? As a matter of fact, for those that said, you know what, I am afraid of investing, because that's one of the things. I am afraid I don't want to lose my money. If you leave, your chances of losing your money, let's say you put it in an S&P 500, let's say top 500 companies, your chances of losing money by the number of years you lose it by the number of years you keep it in the market, your chances of losing your money becomes 0%. You have a 0% chance of losing your money when you leave it for 20 years. It means that if you leave that money for 20 years, your chances of losing a dime on it is 0%. Guaranteed you cannot lose money on it. So let's even say you bought it at the top of the market when you bought it. NK, latest millionaire in town. Let's say you bought it at the top of the market, right? Top of the market, right? Your chances of losing money, right, it dwindled to 0% after 20 years. That is what is called compound interest. So let me quickly show you what is compound interest. That's why they say the stock market, they said compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. Let me quickly show you something. Let's do this. And by the way, the other option to not investing, it means you are saving money in the bank. When you save money in the bank, it means that, oh, you know what? I want my money protected. I don't want to lose any money. However, you are losing a guaranteed, in the United States, about 4.2% is what you are losing on that money every single year for leaving that money in the bank. How about for our moms who are in their 50s and early 60s? You are in their 50s and early 60s. They need to put more money in there. One thing I can tell you, the rule is still the same. The time in the market. The time in the market. The risk, remember, is moderate to low risk. Remember, I said everybody's goals are different. Moderate to low. In short, as a matter of fact, those in 60s, those in the 50s, yes, you can still, depending if you're in your early 50s, you can still do moderate. You can still do low. But if you're in your 60s, keep it simple. Low risk, bonds, what's it called? And if you want to do anything moderate, S&P 500, keep it simple. That's what I would do. Mid 50s, you're doing moderate. because you still have about 15 mid, you still have like 10 years in the market, but you're in your 20s, right? In your 20s, and you're saying you are doing bonds. You are in your 20s or you are in your 30s, early 30s, and you are saying you are doing bonds. If I drag you close to me, we need to have a conversation. You need to schedule a time with me. Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. You know what I'm talking about. You need to, we need to have a one-on-one conversation because I'm trying to understand what you're doing. What are you doing? Because you don't have any business in that place. Now you understand the way I invest. When you ask me, Dr. Lina, it's not like I don't want to give you anything, because if I give you this, I give you this, I give three people, I'll give one that might be generic for everybody, but then, I teach you the fundamentals so that you can see and use that fundamentals, right? What was I saying before that question came in? King's Crown, latest millionaire in town. If you're new here, welcome in. We're talking about smart investing. How do you invest in the stock market smartly? What does smartly means? It means that calculating your risk, right? Managing your risk. That's what this is all about. Thank you so much for getting your daily at me, right? Calculating your risk, investing smartly so they don't call you, the Wall Street doesn't call you the dumb money, right? So if you're new here, click on that follow button. You'll be sitting here for 2 minutes. You find value in whatever we're talking about. Click on that follow button, and please don't just sit here. One thing that we plead with you in this community, which is the $1 Million League, community of those aspiring to become a millionaire, maybe trailblazer. There's never been a millionaire in your family in dollars, by the way. There's never been one, and it starts with you. It was somebody, one family, one member of Rockefeller family that said, you know what? It has to start with me, right? Let's end it. Every generation, every child that comes up from this time on becomes a millionaire, right? Automatically. It takes one person. That might be you. Or you might be like, you know what? I just want to become financially free. I want to end paycheck to paycheck cycle. Make sure you click on that follow button, tap out the live. One of the things that we do not appreciate here is that you come here, you get all your notes full, you filled up, you don't tap out the live, you don't click the follow button, you don't share out the live, you don't get your daily at me, right? Come on, what are we doing, okay? Right? Because you are doing us a disservice when you do all of that, because the algorithm understand millionaire. Exactly, you chose millionaire. You're doing us a disservice because the only language the algorithm understand is when you tap out when you click on the follow button, you share out the live, you get your you at least you click the follow button. Otherwise it thinks that you're a bot, okay? You're a bot. Yes, I'm busily writing notes, okay? But guess what? Though I know that you already click on the follow button, there are so many people that are even writing more notes than you, but they don't do that. They don't tap out the live. They don't do anything. Please, you're doing us a disservice sitting here because the algorithm assumes that you're a bot, or you assume that you're a scammer, or you assume that you're not finding value. So if you find value, please, please, and please, right? Click on that follow button. Otherwise, it's also okay if it's not something you're looking for you to scroll. We respect you, we love you, but yeah, Victor, latest millionaire in town, and Pliroma, latest millionaire in town as well. And if you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. My day job, I'm a vice president of technology. I'm also a professor. I teach AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and information management system. And I'm an economist, also a chartered accountant, have my doctorate degree in strategic business and information management system. But I've been investing for close to 2 decades. So I'm teaching you exactly what brought me to the $1 million status. And of course, what gave me financial freedom. Helping as many people to become financially free. That's my ultimate goal, because that helps to reduce poverty. And with poverty, that also reduces crime, right? That is what we're teaching right here, helping you to, it starts with what? Your income, and it ends with something called protection. Investing is what is in between. Today, we're talking about investing. And how do you invest? You invest smartly, right? What do we invest in? We invest in the stock market, we invest in real estate, and we invest in businesses. MCKD, welcome in, latest millionaire in town, and this is the $1 Million League, the community of those that are already millionaires and those that are aspiring to become millionaires, to become multi-million. Those are aspiring to become millionaires, okay, one in dollars, and those are already millionaires and they are trying to transition into multi-millionaires. Those are that's what, if it sounds like I still have $10,000. Yeah, you're going to get there. Okay, you're going to get there. You are part of that community, of this community. Kelvin, latest millionaire in town, on the red carpet of the MDL, which is the $1 Million League. Welcome in. All right, thank you all for sharing out the live. Let's get it to 10,000. Evie, you've been asking all this question and you did not click on the follow button. Like, seriously, I need to start. I need to drag you closer. I need to drag you closer. Right? You are the example of those people that we are talking about. They take all of the information and then they do not click on the follow button. So please check again. Please, let's check again one time. I know you do not mean it, like Abby, right? Like Abby, you do not mean it. Yeah, click on that plus sign in front of your name, and so that we can welcome you. Stop sitting on the window. Come on the red carpet as royalty that you are. So let's continue. So stock market, right? That's what we're talking about. Smart investing, time in the market, always, you right? And how do you ensure that you stay long in time? Consistency. Do the same thing, dollar cost averaging, right? You don't need to make it complex, right? Do your research based on your goals. What are your investment goals? Understand, what are your investment goals? What do you want to achieve for this? Because let me give you an instance. Whenever I talk about my goals, I have different portfolio. I have the one for retirement, right? And maybe we won't talk about that right now. I have the one for retirement. So, and we'll continue with this, right? I have the one for retirement. So now we are going back to, how do you start investing? How do you go about it? You need to open the account. So one of the account I have is, I have the one for retirement, which is so it's two categories. So I have my future and I have my present. So if you're in the United States, we have things like 401k, you have your Roth, and I also have my regular, and under my present, and I have my HSA. My HSA is your health savings account. The prime, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. I have my 401k, and of course, let me put the fourth one, because some people are not in the United States. If you are not in the United States, whatever it is in your country that you can invest in the stock market through, so it could be something called pension program. It could be stock option. Most of the time, stock option is with your employer, right? If your company does well, right, the company stocks, right? I worked with Procter & Gamble for a little bit, right? And stock option was one of the things that I had, whereby if you buy a particular, that's how I started investing, right? About almost 2 decades ago. Stock option, if you put this money of your percentage of, if you put up to 12% of your income, they're going to give you the company is also going to match 12%, but it's strictly on the company stock, right? It's strictly, so think about it. I started buying maybe at $56. I think the first one I bought was $48. Today is almost $200. I've not even checked it, right? I've not even checked it. Almost. What's 2 decades? Google it. Evan, Google it. That's on Google, right? Stock, it means that right? It means that stock option, it means that in that case it was like 12%. They're going to match my 12%, right? But it's going to be in the company's stock. It's going to be in the company's stock. It was like 50 whatever. All right. So we have that. So whatever day you have in your company, right, that is doing this for you, you need to do that. You need to have it. Do you get dividends monthly, quarterly, or yearly on that stock? Yes, absolutely. Are you talking about the stock I'm talking about? I get it quarterly. If you're talking about the company, right? If you're talking, no, I think it feels that I'm too young, right? It feels that I'm a baby, right? Yeah, I get every quarter. It's every quarter. Their own is every quarter. Yeah, it feels that I'm a baby. That's why. I feel too young to have worked for almost 2 decades, right? All right. Okay, leave him alone. I get what he was saying. That's why I did not respond. All right, stock options. So, but 401k, right? So you're thinking of what, and now we're going straight into investing right now. Smart investing. How do you invest smartly? Number one is, and this I'm going to teach you based on these accounts that I have right here. So you need to think about what you have in your own country, right? But I would use the United States for instance, because I live in the United States. And thank you so much. If you'll be sitting here for more than 2 minutes, you'll be sitting more than 2 minutes. Click on that follow button. You'll be sitting more than 2 minutes. Click on the follow button and let's all tap out the like. We are still at 9,200 K taps all along. Yeah, God's time and Devo, latest millionaire in town. Yeah, let's if you are new here, click on that follow button. You'll be sitting there for more than 2 minutes. Please click on that follow button. Also, note that I'm on YouTube as well, and on IG as well. If you have not subscribed, you want to make sure that you subscribe. As a matter of fact, with white monetization policy that's coming, I'm doubling down on my videos on whitey on YouTube, right? I'm doubling down, so I'll be releasing, I think coming from next week, starting next week, I'll be releasing 2 videos 3 to 4 videos every single week. So that is your latest educational ground every single, so like every 2 days at the minimum, you get a video from me, right? Every 2 days. And they are going to be quality, solid videos teaching about different things. Amen. Amen. I love that. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing that. So that's it. Go on YouTube, Google Money Talk with there, search Money Talk with Dr. Lina, and make sure you subscribe, right? I have hundreds of videos there right now that's going to really, really help you. Let me quickly show. This is the so this is the YouTube channel. You can see, you can't miss it. The same picture, the same name, and look at all of the different videos. You have question your salary. As a matter of fact, what we're talking about right now, that's already released. And of course, how to buy real estate. For the nurse that was saying how she made a mistake. Not a mistake, right? Whatever that she's losing money on real estate, you will find how to do it the right way there, starting from zero. All of this, right? Let me push it right here. So this is on the stock market, right? If you have any questions right there, so you would see that double. When will you close today, please? Very soon. Very soon. I'm not sure. We are from, yeah, awesome. So perfect. So go there and make sure you subscribe. So what was I? So these are the accounts that you're going to be opening. All right. These are the accounts that you're going to be opening in terms of retirement. Okay. I mean, in terms of your future, these are the accounts. So the first account that you want to take, remember, is smart investing. It's 401k, right? 401k. If you're in the United States, 401k is basically your employer employer is trying to encourage you to invest. All right. And your employer would typically if you say, oh, you know what, 5% of they say if you put 3% of your income in, so they're trying to force you to actually save some of your income. Like what I'm trying to teach you right now, put some of your income away. Don't spend everything, right? Don't spend all of your money. Don't put all of your money away, right? I mean, don't spend all of your money on depreciating lifestyle liability. So what you need to do is you have 3%. And of course, leave the EB. Let's leave the question, because as part of what I'm teaching, I might be able to already address your question. Okay? I might be able to address your question. Is that okay? All right? But yeah. It depends on, and as a matter of fact, based on your question, it depends on your goals again, which is already what I addressed right there. Was it for education? What is the goal? All right. What is the goal? All right. So 401k. What is 401k? 401k in its own case is you put 3% of your income. Your employer matches that 3%. Mistake, right? People make this mistake of putting 25%. Somebody was here yesterday. If you are here, let me know. What's his name? He was here yesterday and he does 25% of his income. Why does a solid, what's his name? I would remember. It came in some minutes back. He was putting 25% of his income in investing in a 401k. What you've just basically done in that situation is that you can put your money in other vehicles that would have been better for you. But what you've just done is that you have just locked your money away in something that may be rigid, or you'd have control, or you have zero control over. Number two is that you are going to be paying taxes on the money as retirement. People always forget about that. There's one of my clients that I spoke with, and she said, oh, is in his 60s, and he said, Dr. Lina, I was trying to withdraw my money from Vanguard or Fidelity, and they said that, oh, they gave me a huge amount. Ado, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. They gave me a huge amount that I have to pay. And I was like, okay, they gave you, I said, does that thing sound like TAX? He said, yes, tax. He said, why am I paying tax on it? I said, you have to pay tax. You're going to pay tax on the growth. They're going to pay it, your personal income tax. And he was shocked. Some people do not know. So the more money meanwhile, you can put that money in some other investment vehicle that you will be able to get some huge tax advantages. So the only thing that whenever it comes to your 401k, and we are already talking about investing smartly. The first account is 401k, or look at the equivalent in your country. Whatever your employer is giving that is matching, what is the benefit that you are getting from this account? Stock market is good, stock market is bad. You are getting 100% return on this money. How? Because your employer is matching it 100%. Sometimes it's 50%. Whatever percentage, they are giving you free money. So that is the 401k part. So only keep what your employer is matching. That's what is there. Now, Dr. Lina, I have more money to invest. Where should I put it? The next thing is something called the Roth. If you're in Canada, that's something called like TFSA. In the UK, it's something called like ISA. All right? But check within, I might not be accurate, but it's a tax advantaged account. What do I mean? You can put up to $7,500 if you're eligible, right? If you're eligible, you can put $7,500 in this account. Guess what? As against this 401k, this one, you don't pay any taxes on it. So like that, my friend, what I said is, instead of I said what you should have done differently is you should have put some money in the Roth IRA, max it out, 7,500 in Italy. Okay, yeah, you need to check what it is in Italy. I don't know. Just check what is the 401k in the US 401k equivalent in Italy. You just need to check. Okay, all right. Just go on Google. All right, Roth IRA, right? And just check the equivalent. Roth IRA is a very, very strong tool. Can you do both? Absolutely. You should do both. As a matter of fact, if your employer is doing the 401k, what about GIC? What is GIC? I'm not sure what GIC is. I'm not sure what GIC. You need to explain what GIC is. What is GIC? I don't know what GIC is. Trust me, there's so many things that I might not know as well, because if it's not crossed my path, then I probably don't know. Maybe you need to educate us. Roth. All right? Roth. Why is this a good guarantee investment certificate? Okay, what's that? What is that? So right now, guaranteed investment certificate, what is that? Put it in, explain, let's educate us. What is it? Drop it in the comment. All right, drop it in the comment, educate us. Where is it? Is it a retirement account? Is it a form of retirement account? Okay, so you get your Roth IRA. You can get it from your employer if your employer offers that. Or you can also get it you can open it as self-directed Roth. All right? You can open it as self-directed Roth. But the only thing, please take note, if you check the tax laws, Remember, I said if you qualify for it. If you qualify for it, meaning that your income, there's an income limit. Let me tell you how powerful this account is. It's so powerful that the government said you cannot put more than 7,500. They just even increased it this year to 7,500, meaning $625 a month, $312 every 2 weeks, and $5, about $20 a day. The other thing is that they said people with high income, you cannot contribute with it, to it. Right? So if you are 150,000, so you want to please go confirm it. 150,000 and above, you cannot put it as an individual, head of household or individual. As a couple, I think it's about 250,000 income. However, remember when there's the wealthy, right? The wealthy, it wants that there is an advantage somewhere. The multimillionaires, the wealthy, once there is an opportunity somewhere to make money, trust me, they always find a way around it legitimately. So even though there's the cap of 150,000 and you say, oh, you know what, I do not qualify for it, there's something called backdoor rot. Okay, there's something, so you can still contribute to it, basically. All right, so that's it. You can still contribute basically into the Roth IRA, even though your income is, you don't meet the income. It is called something called backdoor Roth. All right, Chica, latest millionaire in town. If you have been seated here for more than 2 minutes, click on the follow button. We're talking about smart investing. How do you invest in the stock market smartly? And we're talking about the accounts that you need to open for your present and for your future. That's what we're talking about. 401k, if you're in the United States, Roth IRA, that's the other. This is the tax advantage account. Let me tell you the difference between the two accounts. 401k, because it is not, you put the money, it's not taxed. They directly remove it from the source before taxes. So it goes into this investment account. Your employer matches it and then it grows. Let's assume that you contributed 100,000 and it gets to $1 million. And yes, it gets to $1 million, right? It does go to $1 million. Jervin, latest millionaire in town. It gets to become $1 million. The girl number one, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you're seated here, if you're new here, welcome in. Click on that follow button. Today we are talking about the stock market, smart investing specifically. Tomorrow, as part of investing, we're going to get to real estate. When will it get to it depends on what you put in there. It depends on what is garbage in, garbage out, right? What you put in there. If you put nothing in there, it doesn't get there, right? It depends on that and what kind of asset do you put it in, right? The Roth IRA, right? You put it in there, and I'm going to show you numbers today, okay? So when we get to that question, do the numbers, when I'm going to be showing you on the investor calculator, using the compound interest calculator, I'm going to show you the numbers, then remind me, and you tell me your exact numbers, right? When do you get there? You would give me your numbers, then we'll plug it out to tell you how many years it's going to take you. All right. Roth, on the other hand, if you put your money in the Roth IRA, you're not going to be, and let's say it grows to $1 million, because it's already taxed, it's post-tax. This is pre-tax, the other one is post-tax. Because it's already taxed, every dollar that goes inside that, it grows all the way. Let's say you put the 100,000, it becomes 1 million. By the time, at the end of when it gets to 1 million, by the time you get to 59 and a half, because you cannot take money from this until after 59 and a half, because you get some penalties, right? Huge penalties, because remember, it's for your future, your retirement. So at 59 and a half, if you decide to take that money out, guess what you're going to get? $1 million. Uncle Sam does not have anything on the $900,000. You're not paying any tax. The only taxes that you paid was how much the taxes on that 100,000 that you put in. You remember, you have already paid taxes before you put that money in. Let's say you are contributing it at 7,500 every year. You do that for 10 years. That's 75,000. Maybe 12 years. That's about 75. So 10 years is 7,500. That's 95,000, 12 years. So about 12 years, 95,000. Then it grows to $1 million, right? the growth of that $1 million, on that $1 million, that 905,000, like for instance, right, hypothetically, you are not paying any taxes on it. But on this one, the 401k, you are paying taxes on it because you did not pay tax when the money went in. So you are paying taxes on the growth. We are not paying capital. We are going to be taxed based off your income bracket at that point. All right, that's what that is. But one of the things that you want to understand is that, if you're taking the money down, maybe you are retired or whatever, right? Your taxes are much lower than you are, when you are taking it out. It might not just be that risky, not be so bad. But one other thing is that, there's also required minimum distribution, all those clauses. But this one, there's nothing you can take your money, right? This one, they control it, they manage it, and all of that. You need to take money at this time. You need it because Uncle Sam wants his money. That's the second account, Roth IRA. So in everything that you do, you want to contribute to this account. You want to contribute in here because that's one of your huge wealth building tool, right? Remember, smart investing is what we are talking about. How do you invest smartly? Taxes in itself, taking advantage of tax benefits in itself, because that money that you don't pay that taxes on, right? That's a lot when it comes to being smart about your money, right? Awesome. Now, the other accounts that you need to open, another account that you need to open that a lot of people don't talk about is something called HSA. HSA, you can check the equivalent in your country, is HSA is what is called health savings account. Is your as it is for your health. So it's for health related expenses, right? You put money there. Remember, this one is is a tax advantage account. This one is a triple tax advantage account. When you put the money there, when you put the money there, it's not taxed. When you take it out, it doesn't. When it grows and then you take it out, it's not taxed as well. KK, latest millionaire in town. This one, when you put the money there, is already taxed. But this one is not taxed and it grows. So most of the time is with your employer, with your insurance. Maybe you have an high deductible, right? So you want to take advantage of that HSA, but you use it for like things like copay, medication, or you can use it all the way at retirement. Once you are retired, you're getting tired and all of that, making sure that you are fit at old age and you need all those medical whatever, right? You have enough money that is already grown in that account. All right. That's it. That is it. HSA, health savings account. Lastly is, the other account that you need to, in your own country, there might be pension, or even in some jobs here, right? There's something also called pension, right? I think like a Shell, some companies still do have pension, right? And whenever we talk about 401k, also think about what is compound. What is the definition of compound, EB? Right? Definition of compound is growth, right? I said it grows is a triple tax advantage account. So it means that it grows tax-free. It grows, right? That's compound, right? So it does compound because it's being invested, okay? It's not just sitting there. So does that answer your question? So so the other thing is pension, right? If there's a form of some companies don't do, okay. Some companies don't, how do I put it? Some companies don't expect you to put money there, but some companies require to put some money towards your pension. Or, in some countries, what they do, all that they do is pension. Okay, so you want to make sure that you do have money in your pension, right? As well, right? Now, whenever I say 401k, you know that if you're in the educational system, is that 403b? If you're in government, is whatever thing that is being called, whatever thing is being called in your field. 401k is more of the corporate. But if maybe you're in government, you are in education, it might be different other names. Understand what that is. Whatever, it's the concept behind it, right? That plays out. That's the same thing that you're doing. Now, having said all of this is for your future, meaning you might not take you cannot touch it until 59 and a half. All right. 59 and a half, otherwise you get some penalties. Now let's go to the present. The one that, remember I said goals. Goals, okay? Goals. What is your goal whenever you are investing? This is for your future. Remember now, this is for your future. Now let's go to the present. There's only one form of investing when it comes to the for the future. Whenever we're talking about investing, smartly investing here, is something called, you open a brokerage account. Now you can now open brokerage account 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. It's still a brokerage account. It's still a brokerage account. And let's keep tapping out the live. Nobody's tapping out the live. I'm looking at the chat all along. I know that you guys don't like it when I turn around, but we're going to pause for a second. If you have been sitting here for more than 2 minutes, so good to have you. Welcome in. Click on that follow button, okay? We're talking about smart investing, right? Yesterday, we talked about income building session because we talked about income building. Today, it's about how do you transition that income to becoming to investing. Thank you so much for the roses. Yeah, let's give the gallery. Really appreciate everyone doing that. Let's get our go populars as well. Let's get our daily at me if you've not gotten your daily at me. So but now today is about investing session. So I mean, today is all about investing. And what are we investing in? Stock market. What are we investing in? Real estate, businesses. Because there's some things that you are not going to see here, and I'm going to show you where these are coming from, right? Because as a matter of fact, you want to do all three because of diversification. I'm going to show you that later, right? And whenever we're talking about the stock market, you want to invest smartly. What does that mean? It means that you are having all of these different accounts. That's number one. It means that you are investing consistently, complex. You are making it less complex, researching what's your goal, right? You're doing your research on your goal. You're making it moderate. You are also investing for a longer time, okay? Longer time, building generational. Another thing that I forgot to mention here is something called diversification. You want to diversify, all right? And of course, what moderate risk. So this is also risk management. Ensure that you are managing your risk, okay? That's whatever we are doing, it's based on this. That's what is the smart investing, okay? That's smart investing. If you put your money in savings, you are losing it to inflation. 4.2% is what you are losing it to. But investing, you're going to grow your money and get cash flow, right? Brokerage. Okay, so if you are new here, click on that follow button. You're new here, click on that follow button. I know we are all locked in. If you have been sitting for more than 2 minutes and you have not, click on that follow button. See the plus sign. Let's welcome you in. You do us a disservice just sitting out here, not tapping out the live, not sharing out the live, not clicking on that follow button. But guess what? Your notes is filled up, or you have just been taking pictures and screenshots, right? Yeah, you're doing us a disservice because the only language your algorithm understand is that, oh, you know what? I value what this is quality information. You know, people pay to learn all of those things, but we're teaching you all this for free. So click on the follow button. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about real estate, and also we're going to be talking about businesses later in the week as well. All right. So make sure you click on that follow button, tap out the live, share out the live, get your daily. I mean, as a matter of fact, let's get it to 15,000 taps. Let's give the gallery. Thank you so much for doing that. Now we're going to the brokerage. You can now your brokerage accounts, like I said, you can open 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever accounts, which I'm not saying it's the best. However, let it be for a goal. Like for me, I have a brokerage account that is just, I call it play money, okay? Play or guilt-free money or whatever. Meaning, this account, what do I have in there? Money for things like vacation. I just contribute it right there. One of my goals is to travel the world, okay? And as part of traveling the world, I've been to 22 countries already, and I still have quite a number to go. So I put that money, it is my goal. Remember, it is your goal. Everybody, some people, their goal is not to, they don't want to travel anywhere. Theirs is to buy a purse. You want to buy a purse. So far you have taken taking care of your future, right? You've paid your bills. You've automated it. And I'm going to talking about the 4 account system, right? So far you have done all of that, right? What are your goals in life as well? I'm not one of those coaches that would say that. I am not one of those coaches that would, maybe you are just very funny, right? I'm not one of those coaches that will say, oh, you know what, life is about work, work, work. Don't enjoy your money, or don't spend any money. Right? But the only thing is that it's my investment that funds that lifestyle, right? My investment funds that lifestyle. Okay. So, all right. The problem, yeah, not my income, not my paycheck. Okay, not my income, not my paycheck. So your brokerage. So I have that one. I have another account, right? eBay. Instead of saying all those things, okay, tap out the life. Okay, that's the work I want to. Now that you have been adopted, tap out the life. Okay, get it to 15,000. Let's give you what to do. Okay, thank you so much. Brokerage, play money. That's one account that you're doing it perfect. Good job. Good job. Good job, eBay. Oh, I need to say, let's go. Thank you so much. I have the play account, but most importantly, I have from serious money account as well. Whereby, okay, another account that I have is the next project account. Right now, I'm in a how do I put it? I'm in a stability state. I'm not. I would say stability in a growth stability phase, right? Because I'm looking, like I said, I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. So I'm building stability and structure around that right now. Okay. At some point, it was all about growth, 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 growth. Meaning that all I was doing is that I was taking that income, all right? I was taking my income and I was basically just putting it consistently towards every single year. We're buying at least one property. There are years where we bought 2, we bought 3, we bought 4, right? Just like that. That is a growth phase. But we've gotten to a point that when I say, okay, you know what? This is the how much I can manage for now. Are we moving into multi-unit whereby you are buying 5,000 unit apartment complex, like multi-unit? Are we buying storage facilities? Are we just going to be buying land and we'll be building house, be a real estate developer, right? What is the next thing? This is almost like a strategy session, like not session, like a period. Because right now, this is what we have built. Okay, let's get this. Okay, what is the next thing? Okay, what is the next thing? Because can I take equity from this property, from all of this investment and put it? But whenever we were doing the growth phase, it's almost like we put money in the stock market. Meaning, and I'm going to tell you, whenever we talk about stock market, meaning here, we put money in there. We build it, like every single month. We put it, okay, we got to this. Am I the only one Ghanaian here? No, there's so many Ghanaians here. So many Ghanaians here. We build it so much. As a matter of fact, we have 70 countries represented here. 70 countries, including Serbia and Turkey and all of that. Yeah. So we build, you get it all along. You build, we get it pie by pie by pie. Once we have the exact amount to buy property, we buy the property. But while the money is still growing, instead of it sitting in the bank account, which a lot of people make the mistake, instead of it, we put it in, maybe in an S&P 500, we just buy it, it's just there and it's growing. Then the day of the closing, we liquidate it, buy the property, we do it. Then we start piling the account again until the day of where's the money coming from? Income. Once we get to that stage again, we buy the next property, just like that. So in that case, the goal for this account is for the next real estate project, right? That's the goal, right? Now you can have another account that you can say, okay, you know what? I've already funded my Roth IRA. I have already funded my 401k. I still have money left. And this is just going to be there for my growth, whatever, right? You don't want to buy real estate. You just want to, maybe your own is, you want to buy businesses. Or your own is like, I just want to leave it in the stock market. Wow, because it's 4 a.m. here and I walk straight to this. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Yeah. It's so good to have you. Well done. Yeah, awesome. And if you are new here, welcome in. Click on that follow button. If you're new here, click on the follow button. Whatever strategy we're talking about here, you can use it anywhere in the world. Okay, we can use it you're welcome. We can use it anywhere in the world. Okay, all right, because so far there is a stock market, right? There's a stock market in your country. Okay, there's a stock exchange in your country. So what is your goal? So you want to open, these are the accounts that you need to open. All right, these are the accounts that you need to open. Now, any questions on this? Because now, what are you now going to be buying in that account? Any question before we move on? These are the different accounts you're going to be opening. You should have when you're talking about smart investing. You need to make sure you've taken care of your future. You need to make sure you're taking care of your present, and of course, you are taking care of your health as well. All right. All right. So, just let a quick reset of the live. If you are new here, you'll be sitting here for more than 2 minutes. Click on the follow button. And for all the OGs in the house, we know what to do. Let's tap it out. Let's get it to 15,000 as we go into what should I buy? What should I buy? Which is one of the biggest questions. Now that you already know the account to open, what should I buy? So if you'll be sitting here like Lawe, latest millionaire in town, what stock should I buy? Right? One of the biggest questions that I get, what am I invested in? Is investing insurance and investment? What do you think? I thought I responded to this question before. I thought I responded to you yesterday, right? Investing in an insurance, in my own opinion, insurance. What is insurance, guys? What is insurance? What is insurance? Is it an investment? What is insurance? Is insurance an investment? That's the question, right? In my own whatever layman English, is insurance is to protect you against thank you so much. Insurance is to protect you in case there's an accident. What if the event never happens, right? In a case where the event happens, that's what insurance is for. Okay. However, when it comes to no, but some you can cash out. Well, congratulations to those that are cashing out. But guess what? There's nobody that's cashing out anything, right? If you're talking about IUL, hell no. Hell no. Somebody just talked about it. I had two people, and I'm sure they are here. They had two people right here that they could not cash anything out. And somebody even educated me today that insurance is not for cashing out. Is it listed on the stock market? Thank you so much, investor. Thank you. Is it really listed? Is there a tangible something that you can hold like real estate, right? Is it listed on the stock market? Those are investments. Is it a business like a building, right? Right? That is generating money for you. So insurance is in this event when life happens or the incident happens, you get a payout. In a situation when the event doesn't happen, nothing happens. You don't get any payout. Okay? All right? I know because I pay insurance every single year on my many houses. Latest millionaire clergy, latest millionaire in town. Every year I pay I pay insurance on my houses. You know what that means? A lot. Tens of thousands of dollars. Every single, but guess what? I've never claimed one. Never claimed. The day that I tried to claim, they told me, because the house was vacant for 1 month, it must not be vacant for 30 days. All right? Like, it's vacant for more than 30 days. They cannot honor the claim. Right? So, what does that mean? You're just paying it for the sake of paying it. So, all right? So, all right. So if you're new here, click on that follow button. Let's tap out the live. Let's get it to 15,000 taps. Let's get it to 15,000 taps. And of course, let's share out the live. Let's share out the live. Let's get it to, we're at 11 shares. Let's get it to 30 shares. We want to talk about what are you going to be buying. You already know which account to open now. Let's talk about what are you going to be buying. Right? If you want to know, put I want to know. What do you want to buy in terms of the asset? In terms of what should you buy? What stock should you buy? What stock should you buy? If you want to know, put I want to know in the comment. If you want to know, awesome. This is what I have been waiting for. Brand House has this is what you've been waiting for, awesome, right? You want to know. If you are new here, drop one in the comment. Let's keep tapping out. Let's get it to 15,000 taps. Let's get our daily admin. If you have not gotten your, you want to know, okay? You get your daily admin, share out the live, tap out the live. Let's get it to, I believe that if we all start tapping right now, we can quickly get it to 20,000 taps, right? Because I've not been pushing that all along. Everybody wants to know. So let's all tap heavily. Let's share out the live as well. Let's repost, and of course, so that more people can have a broken but don't know where to start. Okay, let's get it quickly to 20,000 taps, and of course, let's get it to 20 shares, to 30 shares, so that we can get it started. Because I don't want, at this point, a lot of people will be coming back. Oh, Dr. Lina, please, can you are hungry? Go and get something to eat, right? You'll come back again. So once we get it to 20,000 taps, let's share as well. 30 shares, 20,000 taps, 30 shares, and of course repost as well. And you'll be sitting here for more than 2 minutes, click on that follow button. It's getting more interesting. Let's share, let's get it to 30 shares. Let's get it to awesome. My screen, latest millionaire in town. You'll be sitting here for more than 2 minutes, click on the follow button. We're talking about smart investing. Which stock should you buy? Which stock should you buy? That's what we want to talk about. Roku, okay, all right. Let's get it to 20,000. Let's quickly get it. Let's share as well. How do you share? Press my forehead on the screen. Press my forehead on the screen and invite. You see your contacts? Invite all of them. We'll talk about this. Hopefully in 10-15 minutes we'll get it done with. All right, let's quickly. We are doing good. We're at 14,000. We're going to 20,000 taps. If we all are tapping, we have 81 people right here. If we all are tapping, we'll get it to 20,000 taps quickly. And of course, 30 shares. How do you share? Press my forehead on the screen. Repost as well. Get your daily at me. Let's all get our daily at me as well. Let's get our daily at me.
Smile for the camera.
Are you getting my real cheese side?
Every side is your real cheese side. Okay, cute.
Let's get our daily at me. I know we have all been waiting on this. The reason why you would realize that we get to a certain point, people would say, Dr. Lina, can you repeat yourself? Can you repeat yourself? And I promise that at the end of the day, I will give you at least one that I use personally, right? I will give you at least one that I use personally, and I can also direct you on some others as well, right? So that you can take a decision yourself. All right? All right. Let's get it to 20,000 taps, and of course 30 shares. Press my forehead on the screen. If you have been sitting there for more than 20 minutes, you've been sitting there 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes, click on that follow button. Let's quickly get it there. If you have Go Populars as well, please get the Go Populars here of this life as well. You're welcome. You're welcome, Dr. Sajay. Thank you so much also for everything. You tapping out that live, sharing, and if you quickly get there, I hate to do this, but that's the only language your algorithm understands. Tapping out the live. Typically, we get to about 60,000 taps every day. I mean, 50,000, 40,000, but today we are still at 15,000. So it means that something is off. All right. And you see more people coming in shortly so that they can come and learn what we're teaching right here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the repost. Yes, let's share the live. Let's repost. Let's share the live, especially if you have a larger community. Let's repost. We're talking about stock market, smart investing. Smart investing. Tomorrow is going to be about real estate. I thought we'd be able to talk about real estate, or we're going to have to finish talk tomorrow, smart investing tomorrow. If you can't finish it today, we'll continue with real estate and businesses. By the end of the week, you have everything that you need in terms of investing. And then we'll talk about protection, which is the last part, okay? We started already with the income session, right? How do you increase your income? Benjamin, latest millionaire in town. All right. As soon as we get to 20,000 taps, we'll start up with that. Let's quickly, if we all start tapping, we'll get it there. How do you tap? Just tap the screen, cost you nothing, but get your daily at me, share the life.
This almost feels illegal to know if you're a side sleeper. What I've discovered could save you from a massive mistake that's crushing your body while you sleep. If you're
All right. Yeah. Are we all tapping? Did we get there? Yeah, let's all tap. Let's tap it. Let's tap it out. Welcome. Welcome in. If we all get tapping, we'll get it to 20,000 quickly. Yeah. And if you're new here, welcome in. Welcome in. We're talking about the stock market, smart investing, right? That's what we're talking about. What does that mean? That's what we're going to be. And which stocks exactly should you pick? Which stock exactly should you pick? That's what we're about to talk about, to ensure that you're investing smartly. That's what we're about to talk about. So if maybe you've been sitting all along and you're wondering, you know what? I want to invest, but I don't know what to buy. That's what we are going to be talking about shortly. So if you want to know, we're going to start it shortly. So let's quickly tap it out. If all of us are tapping out the live, we'll get it to the finish line quickly. Thank you all for doing that. And if you're sitting there for more than 2 minutes, click on that follow button. Yeah, AB, Franklin, Tech Pro, King Crown, Louise, Fred, Leos, Falian, Bradley, Dr. Sajay, Benjamin, Foster Fro, Simply Abby, Super Faith, Leo, these guys, Lulu, Kojo, and everyone. Welcome in. Diane, Rachel, Gracious, Pretty Woman. Awesome. Thank you all for tapping out. So you just been sitting here. Please click on that follow button. Don't just sit here and just not do anything, because you're doing us a disservice. Okay, so I trust that we all get it to 20,000. Okay, so let's keep doing that. I know let's be locked in. So one of the things that I want us to remember, I said smart investing. Smart investing. What is this? Consistency, meaning dollar cost averaging. Complexity, right, is less complex. So instead of you saying which stock I'm going to buy, ask the question, how do I invest in such a way that I don't lose my money? Such that instead of you saying, oh, I'm picking this stock, what stocks can I buy that, or how can I buy stock, or how do I invest such that my chances of losing money is pretty minimal? That's what, instead of you saying, oh, you know what stock should I buy? How do I invest in such a way that I still get growth, I get cash flow, but I do not, my chances of losing money is pretty minimal. It's called something called diversification and risk management, right? So one of the things, you want to pick stocks, let your focus be, the best stock that you can pick is, it's diversified and it manages my risk. Like, what's your risk tolerance? Are you risk averse, or you are able to take or swallow the volatility, right? That's what's going to determine, right? Now, Instead of you saying, oh, you know what, I'm picking stocks. I am which one? Because a lot of time, a lot of people are just to this alone, they get stuck with it. Because trust me, even the best of the companies, they go down. BlackBerry is an example. BlackBerry, everybody was buying BlackBerry at some point, right? BlackBerry was the in thing, right? Everybody, it was the iPhone of how many years, many years ago. But now, did we ever see it coming that there's a day that something else will take over from iPhone? I mean, from BlackBerry. Today, iPhone is is everything. Do we know the next thing that is going to come? So Apple is a good stock today. But what if technology with AI and all of this, we now start having something where you can actually put your hand right this and you can make a call with just your hand right there. You don't need a gadget, you don't need nothing, right? Just your hand, you can, who knows, right? I mean, we see it in the TV. What's going to happen to Apple stocks at that time? It's going to go down. Because guess what? Technology has already gone past it. And if Apple does not catch up with the same technology, what's going to happen? That's it. That's the same thing that happened with BlackBerry. All right? That's what happened with BlackBerry. So that's why to picking up a stock or individual stock comes with a higher risk. That's why the multimillionaires and the billionaires, instead of them picking individual stocks and taking the risk, remember, we said it should be less complex, it should be moderate risk, right? Of course, there should be a form of diversification. So instead of you picking individual stock, what is the next big stock? You pick a basket of stocks. And what does that mean? You are doing something like index fund. You're doing a fund. You're doing something like exchange traded fund. You're putting your money in things like, maybe mutual funds. If you notice one thing that is common here, fund, fund, fund. Whenever you hear about fund, what comes to mind? When you hear fund, what comes to mind? And we are not tapping out the live. If you're new here, welcome in. Welcome in. Click on that follow button. If you're new here, click on that follow button. You'll be sitting here for more than 2 minutes. Click on the follow button. And let's tap out the live as well. You hear funds. When you hear funds, what comes to mind? How do you understand? What do you understand fund has? What is fund? When you hear fund, go fund me. What does this? Yeah, guys, it has to be a two-way conversation. Are we tired? Should we pause the live here? Are we tired? Are we all tired? It looks like we are all tired. I'm the one teaching, but it looks like it's my community that is tired. Is everybody tired? Should we continue tomorrow? Money. Okay, no, okay. So simply Abby, you've been here all along. Okay, that's great. Tap out the live. Remember to get your daily at me. Those are the OGs in the house. Yeah, no. Okay, so what is no? My question is fund. What does that mean to you? No response. You said no. I need a response for us to move on. And never mind me, I'm a professor, so this is what I do in class. So if you want us to continue, guys, what does fund, F-U-N-D, what does it mean to you? What's the understanding of that? And if you don't know, put I don't know in the comments. We have 76 people here. The energy that I get in the life is that's what carries me whenever I'm teaching. So if the energy, everybody's quiet and everybody's doing like a BOT, nobody's responding, I would also do like AI here, okay? And we can just stop the life right here. If nobody is responding, money, okay? Who else? I want to make sure that we are awake. fund that is set aside for purpose. Okay, all right. So it's still funds. All right. Who else wants to try? I want to make sure that we are awake. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. We have 83 people here. It is money management operation. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. So I know that we are all awake. Let's keep typing it and let's keep tapping out. Let's get it to 20,000. Get your daily at me. Right. Awesome. Now it's just something. It's like collection of funds, money for financing something. It is a, a fund, like GoFundMe. I think about it. It's like something coming together. Like, okay, that's what that means. Rome, thank you so much for tapping out the life and everyone tapping out the life. Make sure you click on the follow button if you haven't done so. It's a collection. So instead of you to say you are picking individual stocks, you want to pick, what is it called? A whole basket, like a whole multiple. All right. You want to pick multiple of stocks such that if one goes down, there's the other one that is going to protect you. So I just use Apple as an instance. Let's say that you put your money in an Apple, right? You put your money in Apple. Let's say this is Apple stock. Apple is the maker of iPhones, right? If you put your money in Apple and Apple, the iPhone becomes outdated, just like BlackBerry, what's going to happen to the stock of Apple? Let's drop it in the comment section. What is going to happen to the stock of Apple? What's going to happen to Apple stocks? If you put your money, let's say you have $10,000 and it's your last money, right? Your retirement funds, right? And it falls, right? It falls, it crushes, right? That's what is going to happen. It goes down, right? It means that you're going to be losing money. However, let's assume that you invested in, this is Apple, but instead of you putting your $10,000, your last money, just in Apple, putting all your eggs in one basket, you decide to put all your money in many companies. Many companies. So for instance, you also put it in Nvidia. Nvidia is AI. So trust me, who is going to be one of the leading companies whenever the new technology comes, that let's assume that all of a sudden your phone is now your palm of your hands, right? And you have a glasses whereby with that glasses that you get, I mean, like a Ray-Ban, right? That's like a camera glasses, right? That you can actually call just with your palm of your hand and you can respond and the speaker is in your glasses, right? Who is going to be the first? It's going to be Nvidia. It's going to make money right there. I'm just using that hypothetically, right? So just think about it. And because you have Nvidia, there is also because now it's going to be sold through Amazon. So Amazon is also one of the big companies that is going to sell this new product, right? So it means that Amazon is going to also go up. But then they're also going to be selling it on Costco, right? They're going to sell it on Costco. And Coca-Cola is also, these are multiple companies. I'm just using that as an example. So if you put your money, let's do a scenario. This is scenario one. This is putting your $10,000 in Apple versus when you put all your money, right? Instead of you saying that, okay, which stock should I buy? You're putting your 10,000 in a whole basket of fund like this. Where's your chances of losing money lower? Is it 2 when your Apple is with other stocks, or when Apple stands alone, which is 1? Scenario 1, and this is scenario 2. Which one which one is with the chances, with a higher chance of losing more money? Scenario 2 or scenario 1? Apple alone or Apple with other stocks in the fund? Right? Which one is much riskier? Apple alone, okay, or Apple with other stocks in a basket? Drop it in the comment. Apple alone is much riskier, right? It's much riskier because the technology can become outdated, right? As a matter of fact, the innovation in Apple, in iPhone, is already reduced since the loss of Steve Jobs. He's not going as aggressive as he used to be at some point, right? So, and it's only simply Abby that responded. Do we even understand what I mean? If you understand, put yes. If you don't understand, put I do not understand. If you understand, put yes. If you do not understand, when you guys don't respond, I don't know. If you do not, if you understand, put yes. If I do not understand, put no. And if you are new here, welcome in. Click on that follow button. We're talking about smart investing in the stock market, right? In such a way that you are investing smartly, calculated, you make calculated decisions, okay? Yes, you understand. All right? Awesome. So this is a basket. So this is how you invest smartly. Instead of you saying you are buying individual stocks, you are buying a basket of stocks. A basket of stocks. That's what it is. Whereby you are spreading your risk among so many companies. And that is what is called investing. So that is what is called smart investing. So in here, I always talk about ETF, exchange traded fund. It means that it's a fund that handles so many stocks in it, such that you can, when you buy one purchase, you trade it like stock. One purchase, you are buying so many stocks, such that you manage your risk and also you diversify your portfolio. Like there's diversification. So eventually your chances of losing money in the stock market is pretty minimal. All right, that's ETF. Only Blaze, latest millionaire in town. If you are new here, click on that follow button. Your risk is pretty much minimized. How did I know about this? 6 years ago, I lost $99,000. And I started researching, where does the multimillionaire put their money? And that's when I found it. Oh, you put their money in the stock market. However, they do not invest the way I was investing. They were not, it's not more of individual stocks. They were more of the funds, right? It's more of the funds that they put their money in, like index fund, mutual funds, exchange traded funds. That's where they put their money, right? Why? Because they want to hedge against inflation. They also want to manage their risk and also diversify their risk, spread their risk across multiple places. That's basically what you're doing. All right. So that's it. Okay. That's it. So index funds, exchange traded funds, mutual funds. Why do I choose ETF over every other one? That's the other one. Why do I choose ETF over every other one, exchange traded funds? Because the fees are pretty minimal. Secondly, I can trade it as stocks. Index funds, you trade it as, because it mimics the index, you only get the details of your, either when you buy or you sell, you only find your details at the end of the trading day. Like by the end of the day, that is when you know, oh, this is how much it is, this is how much it was sold for, this is how much I bought it for. Mutual funds, on the other hand, the fees are higher, right? The fees are higher. This one is the sweet spot because I can trade it just like stocks, right? Because remember I said when I'm buying my real estate properties, there are times when I'm closing a day before. I'm liquidating my funds in the stock market a day before, even at times a day on the morning of that close. I just sell it. The money is in my account immediately, right? In my investment account, liquidated in a minute, and it's transferred. I can transfer it to my bank account and I can make the purchase, right? So that's what I do. So it's one of the things that works for me. And as a matter of fact, let me show you. And I'm now that we're getting there, right? So look at where does the multimillionaire put their money? Let me quickly show you. You can check it yourself. Where does the multimillionaire put their money? You would see it right there. Number 2, most wealth is tied up in diversified portfolios such as mutual funds, ETF, and direct business investment to maximize long-term growth. Brandy out, CD is not an investment. I wouldn't call it an investment because they tell you you know what? It's almost like it's more, that's why it's done on the banking side, because you put your money there and they're going to give you some return. Like it's almost like interest on your money, like it's a fixed interest on your money, right? So maybe you get 3.6% return on your money. That's not an investment. It's almost like a guaranteed amount they're giving you. It's different investment. It's not like a guaranteed amount. It's a function of how the businesses does, right? Their revenues, their return, their all of that. But in CD, it's almost like an IE savings account, or whereby you get a certain interest. And the CD as of today give you about 3.6% if you're in the United States, right? So for me, IU savings account even does better. So when you say, what about the CDs? What does that, from what perspective are you asking? From what perspective are you asking? So, all right. So stock diversify index fund. So here we talk about ETF. Now let's talk about the ETF that you should. Why do I choose one ETF over the other? Remember, I teach you to fish here. I don't give you fish, right? I'm going to give you one AI Gold Rush. What's that? What does that mean? Right? I teach you to fish. But I teach you to fish. I don't give you fish, so that you can also think about it yourself this way. You'll be able to take a decision. I'm going to definitely give you one that is that would help you. You can start with that and then take the education and use it as you please. Now, remember diversification and risk management. What was I going to say? So now, some of the some ETF, right? There's a popular ETF. Let me give you this. Regardless of the country where you are in, a lot of times I lose a lot of people. Oh, but it's the United States is this. No, it doesn't have to be United States. It doesn't have to be United States. ETF, right, is, remember, one of the things that you want to remember is what is inside it and who manages it. There is a fund manager, and what is inside of it. What is inside of it and who manages it. So Ronald, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. If you are new here, welcome in. We're talking about ETFs right now. That's what we're talking about, as a way of investing smartly in the stock market, such that your chances, you minimize your risk, such that you don't lose money in the stock market. Okay, it helps you to minimize your risk and exposure in the stock market, right? That's what it, you are exposed, but is a way you invest in the stock market without ensuring that your money is properly managed. So think about it. Exchange traded funds. Two things that you want to know whenever you want to buy this one over the other one. Remember, I talked about the fees. So remember that. Number one is the fees. Another thing is that what differentiates one ETF from the other? There are thousands and thousands of ETF. There's ETF in the United States, there's ETF in Uganda, there's ETF in Switzerland, there's many their own local ETF, there's in Japan, there is in every different, so far there's a stock exchange in that country, right? But what differentiates the one in the United States in one brokerage firm is different from the other. It's like, let's say there's hundreds of thousands in the United States, right? What differentiates one from the other? What differentiates one from the other is who manages the fund and what is in the fund. So for instance, if I talk about a real estate ETF, it means that a real estate ETF, what is inside of it is real estate. Companies that does real estate, right? If I change it to, and if it's managed by Fidelity, which is a fund manager, right? If it's managed by Fidelity, it means that it's a Fidelity real estate ETF, right? That's what it is. I can now make it to like, okay, the top 50 real estate ETF, real estate in the United States. It changes the dynamics. There can be, okay, real estate, global real estate ETF. It changes the dynamics because now it is global. If I now make it top 1,000, it changes it. Remember, now this is the scenario that I've talked about. That is 5 to 6 different ETF just on real estate only. Now, if I now add it to it that, oh, you know what? There's also Vanguard that has it. That is the fund manager. It changes the dynamics again. If it now says, okay, it's trading 212, or it's a Simple in Canada, right? It changes it that, okay, the fund manager is different. So it's always remember what is inside of it and who manages it. What is inside of it is much more critical to you than who manages it. Who manages it? What is critical there is the fees. What is in it is what is the quality of the stocks that is seated in it, in this ETF. The fees. So let me give you an instance. The very popular one, VOO. You probably heard about VOO. That's the Vanguard S&P 500. So what is inside of it is top 500 companies in the United States. Who manages it is Vanguard. That doesn't mean that there cannot be another fund manager. As a matter of fact, there's another fund manager who is called the State Street. It changes the dynamics to what? SPY. Instead of it being VOO. Even though it still tracks the same S&P 500. But in this situation, it's not going to be S&P, it's not going to be VOO, it's not going to be VOO anymore, right? Because Vanguard manages, it's still S&P 500 is there, but now it's another company, which is State Street. Their fees is different from that of Vanguard. So what you just want to know, it really doesn't matter. They'll probably return the same thing. If there's going to be any difference, it's going to be as a result of the fees from the fund manager. Do we understand it to this point? If you do not understand, please put I do not understand. If you understand, put I do understand. And if you are new, right, and you have not clicked on that follow button, click on the follow button. Let's also tap out the live. Let's get it to 20,000 taps. If you understand, say I understand. If you do not understand, put I do not understand. Dr. Lina, please repeat. All right. Sandra, latest millionaire in town. If you understand, say I understand. If you do not understand, put I do not understand. And if you're sitting here for more than 2 minutes, or you've been here 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, click on the follow button. You do not understand. Okay. Who else does not understand? Clement, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. Brand House understand. Thank you so much. Okay. Who else does not understand? Only 2 people just responded. Need more info. Don't understand. Okay. All right. Just got here. Okay, click on that follow button if you just got here. Yeah, if you have not gotten, you can. Neil, latest millionaire intern, welcome in. All right. All right. Okay. So I'll take it. So if you are new here, click on that follow button. I'm going to take it one more time. ETF is exchange traded fund. So it simply means a basket of stocks. Instead of you buying individual stocks, whenever you make an investment, okay? Worthy Wealth, My Sales, right? Sandra and Bash. This is ETF, a basket of stocks. So instead of you buying individual stocks, you are buying multiple stocks for anytime you made that purchase. Like you place the trade, instead of you buying just one stocks, you are buying one trade that you place, like place the order for that stocks, right? You are placing you're buying so many companies that is in that fund. Okay, so whenever you place a trade on the app, right? Whenever you are going to be buying it on the app, right? Maybe Vanguard or whatever on the investment app. When you are buying it, whenever you're placing, oh, I want to buy $1 worth of, or $10 or $10,000 of these funds. Whenever you place a trade, you are buying an entire whatever is in that fund, you cannot remove anything out of that fund. You cannot add anything to it. So let's assume that 500 companies is there. So for instance, let me give an example of the popular one, S&P 500, meaning Standard and Poor Index 500, meaning the top 500 companies in the United States. Remember, you can buy, they can be Standard and Poor, whatever in Ukraine. You can do top whatever, so it doesn't matter the country. Okay, so I just wanted to clarify that. But I'm using this as an illustration. Whenever you buy the top 500 company, whenever you place the order for that S&P 500, you are placing the order for everything in that S&P 500. So let me quickly show. So for instance, let me just quickly illustrate, and I'm also moving forward in terms of the teaching for everybody as well. If you are new here, click on that follow button. We're talking about investing in the stock market. So I want to check companies in the S&P 500. So these are some of the companies in the S&P 500. So you see Nvidia. So whenever you place that singular trade, you are buying Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, right? You're buying all of these companies, right? You're seeing so many companies that you are buying, 500 of them. One trade, one transaction. What does that do to you? So now, this particular S&P 500 is being sold because this is like, this S&P 500 can be sold by different companies, like different brokerage firms. Remember, I said ETF is who manages it, because it's a fund, so it means that it must have a fund manager. Like a GoFundMe, there has to be somebody that is managing it. And that person is going to charge you something called a fee. The fee is going to be maybe 0.01%. The fee is very, very minimal. That's why I love ETF compared to index fund and mutual fund. The second thing is what is inside of it. In this case, for all those people that said, I do not understand, I want to ask you one question. So if I say an ETF, based on what I've just described right now, if I say an ETF is S&P 500 ETF, what is inside that ETF? Put it in the comment. S&P 500 ETF. What is inside that ETF? Remember, it is what and who, right? We are doing the what right now. What is in that ETF? When I say S&P 500 ETF, what is in that ETF? And let's keep tapping out the live. The chat is super quiet. Super quiet. No tapping, no sharing of the live. No, is it that you don't find this valuable? And I have quite a number. We have over 100 people here. If you're new here, welcome me. We're talking about investing in the stock market, right? That's what we're talking about, smart investing. So I know that people, like, the numbers have not dropped less than 80 all day. Less than 80. So it means that we have, but people, yeah, click on that follow button if you've been seated here all along or you're just joining 2 minutes. Click on that follow button. And I asked a question. People that said you do not understand. When I say S&P 500 ETF, what is in that ETF, guys? S&P 500 ETF, what is in that ETF? Remember, I said ETF is what is inside of it. ETF is what is inside of it. I'm waiting on the response, guys. Best performing companies, okay? Is it that we are tired? Should we end the life? The life is just, It's just because I always want response. Whatever energy I get is what I use to. That's what helps me to teach. Is it that you okay? I do not understand. At least just attempt. Attempt, guys. You need to attempt. There's never a wrong or nobody's going to laugh at you. Just attempt. Different from different companies. Okay, okay. All right. Especially the people that said I do not understand, because just explain how you understand it so far, so I know that I'm not just eating a brick wall. I'm still waiting, guys. Those people that said I do not understand, I'm still waiting. Top 500 companies. Okay, thank you. Top 500 companies is what? Top 500 companies. So it means S&P 500. Buy different stocks. Exactly. I just say something, right? But if we all keep quiet, I don't even know what we're doing. Okay. So S&P 500. It means S&P 500 ETF. It means S&P 500 is what is inside of it. Verse 1, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. It simply means that S&P 500, I said S&P 500 ETF. It means that it's S&P 500, the top 500 companies. That is what is inside of it. So now that we've said this, now the people that said I do not understand, otherwise I'll stop. All the people that said I do not understand, please respond. Otherwise, we'll just jump to the next thing, because I want to make sure that you understand it. But if you're not commenting, then, I guess you already understand. So I'm going to ask you another one. Real estate ETF. Real estate ETF. What is inside of that ETF based on what I just described now? Real estate ETF. What is inside of that ETF? For the latest millionaire in town. Different of what type of different top 500 companies, okay? Top houses, okay? Who else? I'm talking about the people that said I do not understand. Okay, we move on. So I want to believe everybody is house, okay? House. So it just basically means real estate, okay? It means real estate, right? That's what it is. It just basically means real estate. Whenever they say that, if I say beauty supply ETF, it means beauty stock, beauty supply is what is in there. Beauty supply ETF, beauty supply is what is in there. What's it called? Technology ETF is technology companies that is in there. If it now becomes technology 100 companies that is ETF, it means it's technology 100 companies that is there, right? That is what is in there. The only difference is, right? The only difference between these and this, from one or the other, will be, okay, who manages it? So for instance, S&P 500, it simply means that the top 500 companies in the United States, right? The top 500 companies, they can be Vanguard, they can be Fidelity, they can be Trading 212 if he has it, they can be Bamboo if he has it. Whoever manages it is now the one. They would charge you a fee, right? This is different from you opening your investment account. This is different from you opening the investment account, right? So one of the popular ETF, right? One of the popular ETF. So for everyone that always, people that are asking me, which is the individual, what individual stocks, what stock should I buy? I don't know what to buy, right? Just think about it. What is inside of you're buying ETF, okay? That's number one. Number two is you're buying what is inside of it. Understand what is inside of it. How much have you made? Ask yourself. Understand? And then that ETF is the first one, right? Number two is understand. ETF is the first one. That's where you are putting your money. The second thing is that understand what you What is inside of that ETF, right? What? And then two, why? Because if you understand what is inside of it, you know that, oh, it's a solid company, okay? It's a solid company, all right? Should I put my money in it? Yes. Should I not put my money in it? No, all right? That's what you'll be able to determine that. And number three, right? And this is how I choose the ETF. Why is this one good? Why is this one better than the other, right? Understand what is inside of it, which is it if I'm talking about Nvidia, Apple, Google, right? Or if I see that, okay, these companies are super good, then I know that I'm good, right? Now the other thing is that what is the fees? Meaning, who is the fund manager? Can I trust them? What is the fees that is there? What are those fees? Right? That's the other thing that you want to also understand. So for instance, and I'll give you one example. One example would be a VOO. What is inside of it? I know there is a solid company. It's a solid company. Is the top 500 companies. So we're talking about Nvidia, Procter and Gamble, Coca-Cola, what's it called, Caterpillar, all of those, Bank of America, all of those companies are in there. Number two is, okay, what has it returned? It's returned about 10 to 15% in the past 30. In the past, like for in the past 10 years, it's done 14 to 15%. What has it returned? Right? I can now decide to choose either IVV, VOO, SPY, right? Whichever one, depending on the fees. I know that the fees of this one is like 0.01, this one is 0.01, this one is 0.03 or something, right? Then I just choose which one is better for me, right? So a lot of time I'm going with the VOO, I'm going with this IVV, that SPY, right? That's the way. How do you know the companies? You go in, that's what I described that earlier, EB. How do you know the companies? Go in Google, right? Know what exactly you want to buy. Go on Google and check what it is, right? If you check S&P 500, what do you want to buy? S&P 500. Go on or check the product that is available, right? Rufu Jewels, how are you? It's been a minute. How are you doing? On Skiller, latest millionaire, welcome in. Yeah, welcome in. Yeah, we'll soon be wrapping up with the live, guys. So if you have not clicked on the follow button, we'll continue tomorrow. Yeah, we'll continue tomorrow. I think everybody's tired at this point, right? I want us to be able to learn. I don't want to be teaching into the teen here. I want to, there seems to be like, maybe there's a fatigue or something. We've been teaching since 9, right? So maybe everyone is tired. So we'll probably continue tomorrow. So, but how do you know? You can go on just what I just did right now. Tomorrow, I'm going to be showing you the calculation on Investors Gov. Like this is what you asked. How do you know? See it right here. Companies in S&P 500. Rome, latest millionaire in town. Welcome in. That's it. Companies in S&P 500, right? Or if you see that a fund, is good, right? Just Google what is in that fund, right? You would see it right there. That is how I came about this, right? You would see it in that. Awesome. So, like this one, easily I can say, oh, because the fees is higher. Fees is a public information. What is inside of it is a public information. Who the funds manager is public information. Okay? It's public information. So, one of the ones I can tell you, yeah, it's been a minute. One of the ones that I can tell you that IVV, all right, VOO, IVV, or any of those S&P 500 is a good one to buy. All right, I wouldn't say it's a good one to buy because what is good for me is different from what is good for you. But one of the things is that I know it's returned decently well, and it's how do I put it? The companies that are there are solid. The fees is low. Okay. Right, and the data based on the past as well, I can see that it's returned a lot of money as well. Now, if you want to, tomorrow we'll continue, right? So let's say it's returned 10%, is returned 10%, is returned 15%. Last year it returned 18%, right? There are some other ones that have returned higher than that, but the volatility is higher. But this one is almost pretty stable. I started investing in it when it was like 200 and something dollars. Today it's over $700. Am I still buying? I am still buying. Remember, consistency. I started buying at $200 and I over $200, and today is over $700. Right? That is how you invest. Right? So that is one, because I said I promised that I was going to give you at least one. So if like, oh, you know what, I want to get started, I want to try it out and whatever. But make sure you do your research and make sure that this is good for you. It is return between 10 to 15%, right? That's what it is return. And let's even say that AB, you asked a question earlier. Let me quickly wrap up with that. Let's quickly wrap up with that. So join us tomorrow. We'll continue tomorrow when the energy is a lot better. Okay. Dot is it IVVS. Mark latest millionaire in town. So join us tomorrow. But guess what? It's the same thing, right? These and these, they are the same. The only thing is that BlackRock is still S&P 500. BlackRock manages this one. Vanguard manages the same thing. They have the same fund in there. The same fund inside there. So if you buy the two, you are just buying the same thing, pretty much, right? You are buying the same thing pretty much because it's the same S&P 500 as in the two of them, okay? Right, so let me quickly show you. So let's assume that you contribute you're most welcome. You contribute max of your Roth IRA. Remember, we talked about Roth, right? One of the question is $625 a year, a month. You contribute that every single month. You keep it, you start it at the age of 30, right? Remember, at the age of 30, you leave it to 65. That means you put it in for 35 years. And let's assume that it's done what it did in the past 10 years. It does that about 14 to 15%. All this information, 14 to 15%, you can check it on Google. It's public knowledge, right? All this is public knowledge. Okay? You started at that time, and of course, you calculate it. You are just maxing out your Roth, right? Calculate it. You are at your money is $5 million. Right? All that you put in there, because the time in the market, right? All you put in there is $63,000. All you put it in an S&P 500 is $263,000, but then it's after 35 years is at 5 point something percent, 5.2 million. Reason why is this gap? Two things. The time in the market, 35 years, is going to be different from somebody that is already 45 that only has 20 years in the market, right? Even though the return is the same thing. So let's say the person does it from 45, and that is 20 years. 45 to 65 is 20 years. If you do it at that point, guess what? Still the same thing, still returning the same thing. You'll be amazed at what that is. 691. 691 is what you get, right? And you put in 150,000. Because you waited another 15 years, I mean, it's still decent money because you still made at least $550,000 right there. Okay, that's it. So the earlier you start investing, that's why they always say the time in the market. The time that you spend in the market does the heavy lifting for you. The time that you spend in the markets does the heavy lifting for you. So tomorrow we'll continue, and then we'll start real estate tomorrow. We'll start real estate. I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio, right? And if you want to know more, you want to know more in terms of, okay, you know what, some other ETF that can help you, right? Go to my YouTube channel. If you want to know other ETFs that you can, because I can give you one. Eve, latest millionaire in town, welcome in. You are most welcome. I can give you other ETF. However, I don't want to. I teach you to fish instead of giving you fish. Teach you to fish. Can we tap you out to 20,000 taps? Can we? We did not even get to 20,000 taps today. It's absolutely not the best. Okay, let's tap you to 20,000 taps. If you have been sitting for more than 2 minutes, click on the follow button. If you are just joining, join us tomorrow. We'll continue. We'll continue tomorrow. You're most welcome. We continue tomorrow. We'll continue tomorrow, and we'll start with. This will continue tomorrow, and then we'll start with real estate. And by the end of the week, we start with the protection layer. That's what we're going to talk about. Remember, we are having 3 sessions. One session was income, how to increase your income. Income is where it started from. Second session is investing, and this investing is into three phases: the stock market, real estate, and of course businesses. Those are the three. And then the last session is, now that you have built you know where to put your money, right? How do you protect it? That's what the last thing is, right? That's the last thing. So join us tomorrow. Join us tomorrow. If you are just joining, click on the follow button. Click on the follow button, and so I gave you the one. This is VOO. Do your research, right? This is educational, right? And this is not an investment advice. This is educational. Go and do your research. Remember, do your research. Make sure that it suits your goal. I've given you the spoon, the knife, the fork, and the plate. And I've given you the food on the table. Now it's for you to go there and eat it, right? But guess what? Before you eat, you need to wash your hands. Go and do the research. Don't just take my word for it. Always trust, but always verify, right? Is this what you are looking for? I put my money in it. It works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. If you want something that is, so what are we doing tomorrow? You're just joining Nunu. Welcome in. Investments or income increase. We've already income increase was yesterday. Today we'll continue with investing tomorrow. Tomorrow investing, next tomorrow investing. We're going to be talking about smart investing, real estate. We'll start that, and of course we'll also talk about businesses after. Then after that we'll talk about protection. So I've given you one, but if you want another, you want more, right? You want additional, you want to learn more, you want me to point you in a direction of additional two, put it in the yeah, how are you? It's been a minute. That's for me. Investment, yeah, that's what we're talking about right now. If you want to learn, I've given you one, which is VOO, which is also like IVV or SPY, still the same thing. You want me to add 2 to it. You want me to add 2 more to it, and so that you can go and do your research. You want 2 more to do your research. Say, I want it. Put I want it in the comments. If you want it, put I want it, right? Put I want it. And if you're just joining us, we're wrapping up. We're done with the live. We're done with the live. Join us tomorrow. Click on the follow button. Join us tomorrow. Okay? You want 2 and 3, please. Okay. You want it. Okay. Yeah. Who else wants it? You want additional 2 or 3 that you can go and you can go and do your research on. Only 2 people. All right. Okay. All right. All right, if you are just joining, click on that follow button. So good to meet each and every one of you. I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. My day job, I'm a vice president of technology, also a professor. I teach AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and information management system. And I'm a chartered accountant. I'm an economist, and also I have my doctorate in strategic business and information management system. And I've been investing for close to 2 decades, helping as many people, sharing my own knowledge of what got me to the financial freedom status and becoming a millionaire. And I'm the convener of this community called the Million Dollar League. If your goal is to end a paycheck to paycheck cycle, your goal is to go ahead. Yeah, give me 1 second. Your goal is to become financially free, gain financial freedom, build wealth, or whatever that your goal is when it comes to your finances, right? Then you make sure you click on that follow button. Join us tomorrow again. I try to join at 8 p.m., but you want to turn on notification bell so you know that I am here for sure, right? Because there are times I join 8:30 or even 9 at times, depending on my schedule. School just started, school resumed, so things are also changing as well, right? So you want to turn on notification bell. If you have not got your daily at me, get your daily at me. Remember to click. You don't know how to click on the follow button, click on the plus sign. All right. So I would show you 2, and then if you want more, right, you want more, like what are the 6 questions that I asked? You want maybe like the top 10, you want maybe like the top 20, the research that I've done, because I can't just, I would also show you where to get that as well. All right. So one thing I want you to do, what I want you to do, this is the YouTube channel, okay? Yeah, this is the YouTube channel. That's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. Okay, take the screenshot. Sorry. Take the screenshot. Yes, I do. Money Talk with Dr. Lina. Let me put the name right there. And that's where I'm going to point you. You want additional too. I'm going to point you. Once you go there, subscribe. Go there, subscribe now. Once you're done, once you subscribe, put done in the comments.